I guess I reckon I'm right popular. Nobody in the comments. All right. I just want to point something out about finger motion. This is just a picture of an article, City of Supercharges, Shenzhen's charging network surpasses gas stations. China keeps hitting back-to-back home runs when it comes to electric vehicles and charging infrastructure. China's third largest city by urban population, blah, 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 blah. Right now, finger motion entering into arrangements to facilitate widespread use of charging terminals for subscribers of the DJT app. This is dated April 17. Entering into agreements with certain electric vehicle charging station providers in the People's Republic of China to allow EV owners who have subscribed to the DJT app, which I think is hundreds of thousands, to locate and charge their vehicles. Locate and charge their vehicles. As per the arrangements to be formed with Jiangsu YKC and Shanghai Anyo Charging Technology Co., a SAIC group-owned service provider. I wonder what SAIC is. Operating over 400,000 charging terminals for electric vehicles, the DJT app will integrate both Jiangsu YKC and Anyo charging app, thus allowing electric vehicle users subscribed to DJT to access direct connections at these terminals. These agreements are anticipated to provide DJT, which is finger motion, access to the growing Chinese electric vehicle market, including the 15 million new total electric vehicles in 2023, according to data published by the People's Republic of China Ministry of Public Security, with the subscriber figures projected to continue to ramp up in 24 and 25. DJT connects car washing, fine car detailing, color. Anyway, I left the rest of that off. But look what I wrote here. Cost of goods sold, 0. I mean, they're going to have overhead. But as this ramps up on 400,000 terminals with 15 million vehicles, I don't know how many times they go to the charger every week. It just is flow through revenue to finger motion. Cost of goods sold, 0. I mean, it's obviously not exactly 0, but effectively 0. All right, let me get this off of here. Let me get that off of there. Okay. All right. Let's go to comments. The one is first. The one is number one. The one is number one. The one is first. Good morning. Oh, I got to get the speaker going while I'm blabbing.
Battery 40%.
40%.
Connected to Bill's iPhone.
40%. So when he calls in, we can go. Hey, Oscar. Hey, Nightrod. Darren Collins, hello. Carnegie's Painter. James Fisher. What up with you? Corey Hayes. Fernando. I can something Fernando. That's a pretty good rendition of the song, huh? Andy Brewer. Hey, Linares. Ryan. Hi, Lucky Boy. I don't care about any of these people. I just care about you. Do you know who's better than you, Lucky? Do you know who's better than you? Do you want to know who's better than you are? Nobody. Nobody. He's all wet. We walked and he's old. He'd rather be outside. And I really should probably have another human being living with me because he's just bored of me. Anyway, Fernando, thank you. Frank, Isaac, innocence. Because I'm innocent. Because I'm innocent. I don't know what you've got. I don't know what you've got. But baby, it's got me. Baby, baby, baby. Down on my knees. Hey, Red Pepper Robbie. Barbara. Hey, Pilot. Pilot, I think so. Ham will come on. He'll be on fire, but I think we're on the target. I think you're right. Let me just look this morning. I know they sold them all off, so let me get the prices now. Yeah, so that now DJT is down, but the high in the day was 56.52. And I know Ham says, oh, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. But you heard it here first. I said they had to fill that gap. And of course, I can't quite read the number, but I would submit they've either filled it or they're in the process of trying to. And then GME was up. It's not right now. Boeing's down 2, even though there's 4 more incidences. GTII is the only one in the green at 18.4. Let me check Finger before I speak. Finger is 320. And guys before, and girls, guys and girls, guys and gals. Before Ham gets on, because it's not his bailiwick or interest, I think Logic is bloody cheap. All of these companies, including Finger, are running up on the filing deadline for the first quarter, when in Finger's case, it's for their how the heck does that work? Their fourth quarter. But it's also the filing deadline for last year's annual report. And we've already received the filings. I've read them to you. Logic has restated its earnings and its cap table and everything for 2022 and 2023. And if I said 24, I meant 23 for the others. So that sets up Logic. The next logical step is Logic is going to announce the reverse merger candidate or agreement with whomever it is. I believe it'll either be in stages or all at once, but I believe it's going to be a company worth at least $500,000 in valuation. As I've said before, the risk is the valuation could be met with skepticism by Wall Street. And of course, the boo birds will almost certainly try to make the valuation look wrong. And the other risk is whoever's running the company, if they're going to go do deals with guys like Aubrey Advisors or Ionic or Yorkville or Power Up Lending or Lynn Partners, eventually it's going to destroy the stock price. But as a trade, let's just look up quickly on OTC markets is where I'm getting this. Sometimes my computer's frozen. Sometimes OTC markets gives different data than say Yahoo or other services. My computer's frozen. You guys think I lose my cool? I control myself so much when I get mad at my computer, because I'd like to just take it and throw it out of a 50-foot window and watch it smash on the pavement. But I control myself in great. Okay, so Logic has 250 million authorized shares as of 5/6/2024. Also, as of 5/6/2024, it has outstanding shares of 224,286,751. So let's just round that up to 225. The range of companies that were supposed to reverse merge into the Logic shell once Logic was clean, which they've just filed last week, the restatement of earnings and all that. The last step to be clean is to file their annual report for last year, their whatever it is, 10K. It's not 10. Anyway, whatever it is. I got all confused, 10K, 10Q, 8K, 8Q. They need to file that and then they're ready to go. And then maybe I'll look it up. Maybe they already have. So anyway, let's use 225 million. Let's use 500 million. I heard that the reverse merger, you heard it here in interviews. It could be 5 million, 600 million, 700 million, 800 million. There was a range of companies, but let's just use 500 million. The ownership left for Logic could be anywhere, as per the interview, anywhere between 10 and 15%. Let's use 10%, the lowest number. Let's use the lowest value we heard and the lowest percentage we could hear. So that works out 500 million times 10% to 50 million. We'll divide it by 225 million shares extant. 22 cents a share. So the question is, Logic's trading at an ask of 0.0333. So let's just divide 22 by 0.0333. At 6.7 times. Call it. Let's just stick with 6. Let's just stick with 5x. So the question is, when, because I think it's a matter of when now. There's risk in everything I say, and it's not personal financial advice. I'm just going through the exercise. I own Logic. The question becomes, everything's clean, everything's filed, all the money's spent, and Logic's a show. The show. It's a public company. It has investors. It's clean. And so other companies with teams, ideas, technologies, maybe AI, the buzzword, they come in to shells because the shell allows them to monetize their years of investment. The shell allows them to go public at a fraction of the cost of using an overpaid investment wanker. And it allows them to sidestep the horrible advice of Aubrey Advisors, SPAC and de-SPAC, and let us rip you off, or hedge funds that come in with a big smile on, or groups like Shadron Financial Advisors. Another victim. Anyway, that's all my opinion. I don't know. Maybe those guys are all good guys. Somebody screwed up that, but we get to take advantage of the screw up. So it's call it 3 1/3 pennies right now. We know they've spent the money. They don't need any more money. Logic's done everything it needs to do. It's all over with. So now Logic becomes, in my example, 10% of a NewCo with management, revenue, future, prospects, a life. It trades on NASDAQ. I hope it goes on the NYSE, but it uplists to the disaster of Adina Friedman's markets. However, that's better than the over-the-counter, and New York Stock Exchange, I would think, would be even better, but we'll see. So anyway, they uplist, and during that process, they change the ratios of shares outstanding by a factor of 50. So let me just see what that works out to on 22 cents. Conceptually, I mean, this is just an example. Out of the gate, Logic will trade for $11 or more on the, let's say, the NASDAQ. We will own fewer shares, but we own 10% of the company. Now, 90% of the company is owned by new investors, new players, insiders, whoever the company is. They have their own agenda. They've invented white bread that's sliced, and it comes in a package, and you can buy it at the grocery store. And it's the greatest thing since oven baked bread. And they make it. They have their business plan, the revenues are going to explode and it's going to go all that. They have institutional buyers and there's excitement. They make news announcements. Well, question is, does the stock trade at $11, or in our, to translate it to us, does it trade at 22 cents, or does it go up? Do the shorts in Logic, are they all legitimate shorts? Are they criminal shorts, or both? Do they have to cover? I mean, I think the answer is obvious. They're going to have to cover. But I suppose they could keep shorting. But remember, Logic doesn't need any more money. They don't have to do anything else. They're on the rump end of a big new company. So one question is, once the stock starts trading, and I don't know if this will be announced in stages or if it'll be all at once, but once the stock starts trading, do shorts cover? Does it go higher than the $11 in the new market? Or are the shorts going to come in and try to destroy it, drive it down? We never win. It's always bad news. Logic's never worked. It's all terrible. Well, remember, we're only 10% of NewCo. We're only 10%. It has nothing to do with us anymore. It's whatever that new story is. And I can't I can't tell you at this point what that new story is until it's announced, right? I don't know. I have some inclination based on conversations over the months, but we'll know at the same time what the story is. So the question becomes, to establish a new position of Logic, what happens to the stock price of Logic? It's 0.033. Arguably, at a low estimate, it's going to be worth 22 cents. That's 6 or 7 times. Let's just call it 5x. So does the stock trade up 5 times immediately? It's possible. I would give that maybe a 30% chance, a third of a chance. Does it blow past 22 because they're short covering? and go to some much higher number, yeah, that's possible. I'd give that I don't know, an eighth, maybe 12.5%. Does it double? Does it triple? Does it go up 4 times? Does it go to 20 cents? I would say the idea that it goes to 20 cents is probably in the 25% range. The idea that it could go to 12 or 16 cents, 12 cents or 16 cents, 3 or 4 times, I would put that in the 30 to 60% range. Could it double? Go from 0.0333 to 0.06666? I'd put that in the 95% range. So I think I'll shut up, but I think logic, today might be your last chance. Monday might be your last chance. You might get all of next week to buy it. But at some point, I think by May 15th, 16th, whatever the deadline is for reporting, it's possible that I personally think Logic's done all of its reporting, but maybe it has one more shoe to drop. And then they can announce a binding reverse merger. So anyway, I bored everybody, I know, because it's not as exciting as some of the other stories. But if you've lost money in a trade, as I have, it's an interesting thing. Hey, I'll put a little bit here. If I double, triple, quadruple, I'll take it out and I'll reestablish a position in the company I lost, but I'll buy more, or I'll buy a different company. I'm doing that. I'm trying to do that. And we'll see. All right, I'm done with logic. I'm sorry to bore you. I know that wasn't anybody's demand to talk about that. Hey, Amby. Hey, Tim Casey. Good day. Daisies. Hi, Lucky Boy. I love you. Do you know who I love more than you, Lucky? Do you know who I love more than you? Do you? Do you know who I love more than you? I love somebody more than you. I love nobody more than I love you. Up. Hey, Ryan. Aloha. You sound like Tulsi Gabbard. Aloha. Fit like Faye. In Scotland? Ach, no. Ach, no. All right, so Form 8K, Felix, for GTII. I'll look that up. I'm running out of time to go through these before Ham calls in, but when the Ham comes on, I'll look that up while he's going on his cavalcade of words. All right, Steve, it's up. And I don't like, Steve, how that chart looks, but I think that chart they know that too. And that could be trying to psych people out. And time works. As my grandmother said, time wounds, all heals. And maybe it'll work in our favor this time. And my guess would be over the next weeks, right? Good morning. Okay, Mitchell Wong says, good morning, William. Other important points to make is that China has over 20 million cars for China. So I assume electric vehicle cars, doesn't need to be written in the text, for those charging stations. 20 million. I mean, if Finger Motion got 1 million of them and they charged twice a week, and you analyze that, it's a pretty good start on earnings that have no cost of goods sold. That's pretty clever. Pretty clever. Kitties never die. This United Fit in Japan likely has nothing to do with Boeing. Yeah, but I guess you just ignore the door that flew off and the 2 planes that crashed a couple of years ago. I think Boeing has serious problems, and they got to get rid of the private equity guy, bring back. Boeing was easily one of the top companies, not only in the United States, but in the world, for quality control, for innovation. They built the finest airliners in the world. And now it's run by a schmuck, I guess he retired, that wants to penny pinch, and he saw safety as the best way to do it. It's a shame. I don't know what's happening to our country, all for greed. It's probably in the Bible. It probably happened back when they had capitalism in the desert, selling figs. Wow. See, Mitchell, China, while we were bombing deserts and assaulting mountains and generally squandering our standing in the world and our wealth, China built up the infrastructure for green energy, for solar energy farms, and windmill production. Do you think they can power industrial production to make goods for the middle class, the burgeoning middle class in the world? Southeast Asia, Middle East, Russia, India. What are we going to produce? More 2,000-pound bombs that the fight can be continued against a population that barely can get all their belongings on the back of a motor scooter. Unbelievable. Yeah, that's the 4th generation, I think, the nuclear power, or maybe thorium's even a different generation. I'm so against nuclear power now. After every 5 to 7 years, on average, there's a major accident. And what happened at Fukushima Daiichi, particularly in the number 3, they had moxie fuel, and maybe it was number 2. I'll have to refresh my memory, but they had mox fuel, which is reprocessed. It's weapons grade plutonium, and they reprocess it. And so there's elements underneath our atmosphere and our magnetosphere which protect us from radiation from the sun. Why doesn't Mars have its own skyscrapers and wildebeests, fleeing across the savannah, or the Kardashian family making perfumes, and Hollywood? Radiation. And so we're creating these particles, and our bodies have no way to fight it. We can't detect it. We can't smell it. We can't see it. And the nuclear power industry and journalists and Japan are lying to us about it. It's now in our fish. It's killing animals on the West Coast and into the forests. And we drink it now in our milk and everything else. And we blithely go along. And it's all because of nuclear power. So I'm not a big fan of nuclear power, but maybe thorium's better. I don't know. But you're absolutely right, Mitchell. China's building all of that. They're building the factories. They're building the infrastructure. They have our technologies, which in many times they took from us. They come to our colleges. They learn it from us. They have our secrets, but they also bought a lot of it by borrowing our dollars, paying us with our own money. They own it. So how are we ready to compete with China in the next 20, 30, 40 years? We'll be more woke. We'll have more women in charge of failing corporations. We'll have an army that can't even lift a cannonball. I guess that's good. I guess that's progress. Guess it's progress. All right, here we go. Here we go. Hang on, let me see if I have. Oh, everybody knows I got the speaker ready for you, but I have to do it again.
Battery 40%. Connected to Bill's iPhone.
All right, you're ready to go. No. All right, now you are ready to go.
Now I'm ready to go. William, I have one message for you. You blocked someone that you need to unblock on your YouTube channel.
Who? Drew?
You blocked me on YouTube Live by mistake. The guy's name is Don J.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I did that, but okay.
Okay, just
I'll
if you get a chance later on.
I don't remember doing it. Let me put it that way. Don J.
That's it, no problem. Anyway, let's go from the start. I was just watching Finger Motion. Again, there's not one share for sale, and they just keep going back and forth. It's called washing back and forth. I don't know what they're trying to do. Again, the fundamentals of the company, make the stock, as William says, the downside is up. Someone sent to me a story about the charging stations have replaced almost all the gas stations in one of the Chinese cities. I forget which one it was. I can't remember, Shanghai or Shenzhen, whatever the hell it's called. But again, this company is tied to the charging stations and gets paid. All right. Anytime someone charges their car, they have to pay for it using their app. They use Finger Motion's app, and I forgot the name of it, but they get compensated for it. And like the bozo yesterday who wants to know the cost of doing business, they have an app. Once you build the app, there is no cost. That's it. All right. The Chinese government is giving these guys access to 400,000 charging stations. All right. That's pretty powerful stuff. You don't believe in it? Short it, go buy puts, knock yourself out. I could care less. All right. So the gentleman who's asking what the cost of doing business is, it's pretty hard when they have a cost of businesses that you pay to buy minutes for your payphone at $1, and they buy them at 99 cents from the telecom. I mean, they make money just for buying, standing in the middle.
Hey,
right, so again,
the cost of goods sold is zero.
Right. So
and the revenue is growing. Once it gets going, it keeps growing. So
right. All right. So we talked about that. We looked at Finger Motion. The manipulation continues. And just so you understand, everybody, go look at GameStop. It was at $10, looked like death. DJT, they had it down to $20. It looked like death. How fast they turned, and both went up, right? GameStop went from 10 to 20 today. DJT went from 20 to almost $57, or that's where it went to. All right. People, nothing goes up in a straight line. They do these cha-cha dances. So they spike them up and they push it back. So if you are buying the dip, selling the rip, how many times have I said that, William?
Quite a bit. I'm enjoying it every time I hear it.
You can't do that in all stocks, because like Finger Motion is not a buy the dip, sell the rip stock. So you shouldn't even bother. Finger Motion is at the accumulation, just like GameStop was when it going breaking 12, going to 10. If you accumulated it, you did quite well. DJT, if you're going to broke 30, going to 20, you did excellent, right? Those are accumulations. That's the stage that Finger Motion is in. Soon you'll get the spike. You do not chase it, because if you did chase it, you got your pants taken down, you got your clock cleaned, right?
Yeah.
If you chase it, hurry up, buy me a 57, it's going to 100, and then it drops to 52, you're upside down out of the gate. You do not want to do that. You want to buy it when it's, as we say, William Ugly. That's when you buy it. When it's William Ugly, that's when you buy it.
Swell.
Well, we used to say it's Possum Ugly. That's when you buy it. So Fingermotion, they just keep doing the old 100-share markdowns to get people to, it's disgusting to look at, but I promise that Jeff Easton and his friends will get exposed. They're going to go through their phone records, their trading tickets, their wires. All these are major criminal offenses, offshore accounts, money sent to his partner in Australia. All these things are going to be investigated. And Monday, the truck is going to be brutal. It's going to be at the Secret Service, the FBI, the SEC, and the DOJ. All right, we have the truck for 8 hours. Thank you very much for everybody who kicked in. We appreciate it, and we will make it worth its while. We are looking for ideas, so if you guys can type to William, we can sort of figure out any ideas you like. I saw someone posted something about a $10 bill, saying they put numbers on $10 bills. Why don't they address it with what was it addressed to? So that was the ballots. But we could sort of, I wanted to make it look like a $10 bill and how they do everything to protect the counterfeit currency. Why, they have a yellow marker to protect it, but in the stock market, we have nothing. And that is directed for the Secret Service as a counterfeit example. And we'll have Jeff Easton's face as real-time counterfeiter. So they can basically understand that this guy is counterfeiting the U.S. equity markets. That's for the Secret Service, that slide. So we're working on it now, try to put that together. So I'm asking everybody on this call, everybody kicked in, give us your best, whether it's GTII, DJT, finger motion, tell us whatever you think is best and we can do something, and we'll get this thing out there. We're looking for, somewhere between 8 and 10 slides, new presentations. This way we can really expose these characters. They want to be stars. They're not going to be hiding in the cracks anymore. We're going to show them who they really are. And it's funny, William, I'm just going to touch it based on this again. KNW has a $12 million toxic death spiral note with Lynn. There's 3,000 shares traded today. No one's selling anything. Finger Motion has nothing but real business, and all you keep seeing is the markdown every day. Who's selling these shares? There's nobody selling. So I'm just showing you that Lynn Partners is laying off at KNW because they want to get people to buy the stock. They need to make sales. They need volume. And Finger Motion, they're upside down, trapped, and they need people to panic out. All right, you can always see them. They always try to make the stock down a penny, 11 cents, 10 cents. It's just 314, 316. Now it's 313. As soon as you see the low bid, which is 313, boom, there's a trade at 313. All right, these guys playing games, and they will suffer and they will get exposed. I promise you that. We got the whole weekend to get this thing out, to get it signed. So if anyone have any ideas, give us an idea. We can work off of any idea you like. Just give me a twist. We basically insulted everybody to death. Now we're going for the gusto of trying to really finish them off here. That's it, crickets.
I'm just trying to unblock that guy. I can't figure out how to unblock him.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Do you want to talk about the huh?
I said we need ideas for the truck.
I know. I'll see what they say.
I don't give a shit about DJT.
It was up and now it's down. Same pattern.
What did I say? I put it up. I put it up this morning. Buy the dips, sell the rips. It went from 53 to 57. That's a buy the dip, sell the rip. They knocked it back down. You should be buying it back on these dips. All right. And you sell the rips when it goes again. The state, they went after the Attorney General of the state of Florida. I posted that we now heard of another major state. The Attorney General is getting involved here also. The game is over. These guys keep playing. They're going to get trapped. They're going to get caught. When a rat is trapped, they'll do anything to get out, right? So that's what you're seeing. That's it. There's nothing. There's nowhere to go. Finger motion is a different beast. Again, it's fully funded. It has business. Where are they going? All they're trying to do is get you to trick to sell it. That's all they're trying to do. And they think there's no volume. And also yesterday, the real short has covered 60,000 in the last 8 days or 10 days. All right, so they're trying. I wouldn't be surprised there. There's no trades and the 313 bid drops. There's no 312 bid, and it's 311 to 314 now. It's just manipulation at its finest. But again, accumulation and something that you believe in, when they do turn, you're the winner. That's how it works. Never chase. Just think about it. If you chase DJT and you say it was 48, oh, look at it's going, let me chase it at 57. Now you're down 3 points, 4 points, or maybe 5 points, whatever it may be. You should be buying it when it's ugly, selling it when it looks great. That's how you do it. You can sell 10%, 50%, whatever you want to sell. You can sell all of it and buy the dips. But that is trading and investing. That's the best way to play. Unless you're a Fidelity Management, you want to hold on forever. Or you can buy the dip, sell the rip, buy cheap calls. A friend of mine bought calls. He made money on the ones that he did on the spike. And now he's buying options that expired, I think, tomorrow or next week or something like that. He bought the 55s. He rolled all the way down from the 60s to 55s after making profit. So I don't know what the 55s are for next May 17th. I don't know what they are, but he just rolled into those. So he's moving down and he's using profit. Okay, he moved to cheaper, lower strikes. He made 70 cents on the last options. He pays $1.50 for these options. Let's say $1.50 minus 70, he owns them at 80 cents. And now he's got a better play because he bought when no one wanted to buy it and he sold them when they wanted to go. That's it. And now he's back in a greater, better position again. So finger motion, which is 312 bid to 36 to 314, the 312 bid leaves with no trades, and it's back to 311. It's spoofing, washing, blah, 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 blah. Let's forget that for a second. Again, DJT, GameStop, you can buy the dips, sell the rips. The pattern is right in front of you right now. You can see it. Okay, I don't really study GameStop anymore, but I'm following DJT, but I can see the pattern is both of them seem to be popping up. I told William yesterday off the record, off the phone, that I heard from pretty high levels that the back offices have a red alert on these stocks on DJT and GameStop, like do not take short orders in them anymore. I don't know which firms they are, but that's what we heard. All right, so that's why those stocks started to take off. There's 10,000 stocks here. GameStop has been a hot name for 100 years. All right, DJT is a hot name. They will get to us. It's just a matter of when it happens. All right, I can't tell you when, but we will force the issue. And there's a print of 310 of a couple of thousand shares. Again, no bids. They just cross it. That's them crossing it to themselves. And the reason I keep barking this stuff out, that's how you memorize what they're doing. I study it. You look. You don't have to understand every tick. You know, we're about 110,000, 100. Now it's 118,000. All right. You just memorize the number and move along. If you see all of a sudden it goes 118, then it goes 238, you know that they washed 100,000 shares, you know, around about that. Those are things you have to memorize. All right. So just keep glancing at it. You train yourself to memorize these things. You know, what's interesting, I haven't said anything in a while, GDC, which I'm upside down, I'm bagged, double bagged, upside down, and it's, you know, starting to, you know, looks like it's starting to get off the mat a little bit. CJYL still sound asleep for me anyway. But I'm watching those names. If anything happens, I'll report on it. You know, I always hear things are happening, but I don't see it happening yet. So I don't control it. There you go. Any questions about a sign?
One guy is pointing out to tell you, David, who drives big rigs, he's telling you that Finger is now communicating with investors on Twitter directly, and that's all new. That's interesting.
Okay, there you go.
Um,
Just ask your questions. If they communicate, ask them whatever you want. That's what you call getting the scoop on a company that has now got over the hump. It's gotten over this stock has gotten over the hump. It's fully financed. The businesses are growing, and then the revenue will start to drive it. That's it. Where you going?
Here's
So-
an idea for you. I think it needs a little tweaking, but it quote, they've turned watching cancer patients die into a sport. So put your clothes back on to the SEC and remove the naked short, unquote.
I like that.
All right. I don't know. I got to write it down.
I'm doing it right now.
They've turned watching cancer patients die into a sport. So put your clothes back on and remove the naked short. Yeah.
I'm just thinking about how about we start naked shorts have turned cancer patients dying into a sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. I'll add on to that later. I'll make it gruesome later. I'll make it worse. Any other ideas? Let's go. Cancer patients. This is you're getting our shot. We will have photos. We will have proof that we were at the SEC right in front of that glass building. I made the slide for the counterfeiting is for the Secret Service. So to show Jeff Easton is a counterfeiter. Lynn Partners is a counterfeiter. The Kramers are counterfeiters. We need their phone records. We need their trading tickets. The market makers that sold all those billions of shares. Who took all the orders like that fat bastard at Share and Tell? Someone, Dennis Neal, call that guy up at Share and Tell. Give up his clients. For all we know, that guy's been getting orders from the Kramers, Lynn Partners. Who knows where he's getting his orders from?
They all
Right?
work together. They all work together.
I'm not saying that. So give up the people that were giving you the orders, that were paying you a commission so you could support your family. We all got it. But now it's time to become a rat. Give them up.
David is thinking, I don't, it doesn't have to be me, but he thinks put up the picture with William. It doesn't have to be with Martin Shen, and then put underneath that Ham was correct about counterfeit shares and point out the fingers are real.
We just want to hit the, I don't need credit. William doesn't need
I
credit.
don't need
We want them to, we need slides.
Connie's saying put up a picture of their yacht or that Al Mintz's condo and their offshore accounts. I don't know how to get them, but maybe we have a picture of Al Mintz.
Fat fuck Hal Mintz. I got it. I'm gonna put up the picture of Hal Mintz. Crime pays. I like it. There you go.
How about that poofta with a poodle? Fernando says the best slide is when the officials walk past the truck. And the caption is, here are your officials at work, right as they walk by. That, I guess that picture of Gensler walking past the trunk would be good.
I'm gonna do it.
You were told about this.
I'll just get walking past truck, change caption. I got it.
Kangers can't wait. He needs every minute. He needs a news story from Finger. Where's the press release? I can't wait. I can't wait. I need to trade out of it now. I got to get out of it now. Where's the press release?
What?
Kangers. Finger. Where's the PR? Do they have any PR at all? What's taking so long? That's
Yeah, they're in Puerto Rico. Tell that guy get lost. Get it. Call a fucking cop. Get lost, you idiot. Get out of here. The company just put out a press release. They got 400,000 charging stations. Someone posted a story. They gave it to me yesterday. I posted it this morning. Of a whole city has no more gas stations. They have charging stations. They have to pay to charge their cars. So buffoon head, go read the news. That is the news. What do you think they did? What do you think? What do you think they're building? A fucking vending machine? Hey, we put 100 cans of soda. We sold 200 today. We made 80 cents. Get lost.
All right. So here's an idea for the truck from Ralph. Stop stealing from first responders' pensions. You steal, you go to jail.
How about we twist that?
Yeah. Here's a spin on it.
How about we do this? Keep stealing from first responders
Yeah.
until they stand up and fight. Fuck them.
Until your house burns down. Until you.
When your house burns down, no one's gonna come.
Ask law enforcement. This is Rondell has a similar spin. Who's stealing from your TSP plan? I don't
That's
know.
a good one.
I don't know what a TSP is, but shows my ignorance.
Well, we can just use who's stealing from your pension account. The answer is everyone. The answer is everyone. Keep working, fools. That's a good one. Who's stealing from your pension account? The answer is everyone. Keep working for them. They need more money. Something like that.
There's do your forking job. Remove the naked short.
Ah, I like that. There you go. Okay, keep going.
They're not every single comment is a new idea.
I'm just jotting down lines, and that's what I need. It's like putting a song together. I need a few lines. If anybody wants to watch a funny movie, one of my favorites is called Music and Lyrics with what's the English actor's name? Oh, I always forget his name.
Burton.
No.
Richard, the guy that sang MacArthur's Park is melting.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
In the rain. And I don't think that I can take it.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant.
Yeah, he's excellent in that, and he's a
Hugh Grant.
He's a one-hit wonder. And what happens to those guys? He works like he goes from working in in Park. He winds up working at Hershey Park, versus big tours, and it's a good movie if you want to get a good kick out of it.
Busy Brands thanks you. He just got off the phone. He says,
he doesn't thank me. I got him.
He says Ham is the man.
Yeah. Big deal. Next.
He's the man with the.
You call me up. I'll hook you up whatever you want. William, I got those two girls coming over to your house tonight, William. You call me up. I'll get you whatever you want.
It's good to have two girls. When I'm done, they have each other to talk to.
So if you,
that's a Rodney Dangerfield line.
I had three people call me up, and they picked off DJT around $52, and now it's $52.76, turning back up again. That's what you call buy the dip, sell the rips. You can do it and trade it. If you bought 1,000 shares, you can make yourself 50 cents. It's 500. You could have done it twice already. You could have made yourself 1,000 and go home. Don't look anymore. Or you can hold on. You go for the gusto. That's trading.
So this. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, but I'm just talking.
I overtalked you, and it's not right. So go ahead.
No, fair.
This guy owns 30 shares. He's up to DJT. And just for my 2 cents, Aaron, if it goes to 100, I sell 10, and then you could put 10 out at, I don't know, 200, 250, put another 10 out, pick the number, 500. But just get your original. Just remember, we've learned now over and over and over again, if we hold on to everything for the gusto, it can round trip. So that's all I'm suggesting.
Listen, you always make sales. We can't control it. This is not the stock market. It's all fraud. We're trying to trade and invest around fraud. It's very dangerous. This is not, stocks don't act like what you're seeing. DJT got squeezed to 57. They attacked it, walked it back down to 52, and it turns back up. This is like NVIDIA trading. This is insane. You can't, look, this is so crazy what's going on that it's so dangerous. you can get wiped out, your clock cleaned on this stuff. This is not, I don't want to do that anymore.
That's it. I summarize it. I used to trade. I had clients that trade. You've got to sell when someone else wants to buy. You have to leave something on the table for them. They think, remember, they're feeling the same emotions as you. Sell it to them. Also, when there's volume, that's a good time to sell. And I guess those are my three things. The other thing is just take the profit, and if it runs on you, there'll be another subway
Well,
coming
listen,
into
the one
the
thing you're
station.
leaving out, one thing you're leaving out, William, is
Yeah, I forgot.
when I was trading, I watched short sellers panic. I watched guys sell 25,000 shares, IBM, whatever, whatever the stock was. And the stock started, they tried to, the stock would go, so let's say it was $52, and that was even on the day, go to 49.75. These guys were short 25, think it's gonna collapse. All of a sudden it turns and it goes back to 52.50, turns up to down 75 cents. And guys would say, hey, it's a bad trade, cover it. I did it wrong. And turn around and cover. These guys don't do anything. They just keep selling it. So it's very, very difficult to understand the mentality of a counterfeiter. You have to understand it. It takes a long time to see. I can tell you that in DJT, these guys are panicking. They are shitting their pants because every day Devin Nunes is going after them.
Plus, they've made huge bets. These aren't small bets they've made.
Oh no, listen, there's guys around it trying to day trade, trying to do it. The brokerage firms are trying to shut down the day traders from playing around in these names. That's the difference. But again, these guys, Ken Griffin is risking $45 billion, Virtue, whatever he's worth. These guys are rolling the dice big time. And they need to get out of the way because they could lose everything. It's not worth it.
Okay, so one Abdul Razik has an idea. Financial terrorism is just another form of terrorism, something like that. Market terrorism is terrorism. I don't know.
Yeah, I got it. I'll try to figure something out that. Let me just jot down that.
And David says, how about, hey, Kramers, fork you, fork me, fork you.
Hold on, give me one. Let me just jot down that terrorism line. Hold on a second. Okay, you can keep talking.
You can have a picture of Rocky, Candace says. Yo, crime don't pay, or something like that. A picture of Rocky, crime don't pay, doesn't pay. Mugshots of all the bad actors with a large typeface of, a stamp, crime committed. One of those boom, boom, have all their faces up there.
We did the Hollywood squares of the Kramers already.
We did it already, but we can do it again. Hey, Fisherman has a good idea. Why, Gary? Why don't you go after counterfeiting like you're going after crypto? Bigger threat. I don't know. We have to work on the wording. The idea.
Dragged into something else. I think we just want to stick with it. Like financial terrorism is destroying everyone's family, yours included.
Yeah.
To the S, and underneath they put SEC, DOJ, FBI, all the symbols. Everybody who's there.
Different Breed says, how about a picture of Kurt Kramer with that no one FUXs with us picture next to a picture of the SEC saying,
I like that one.
Hold my beer. Yeah, all right.
I like that one. That's pretty brutal.
You could have a picture of Gary Gensler going by the truck with the title Syndicate Boss.
You know what? I don't want to piss on Gary Gensler.
It gets personal and unproductive.
Yeah, I'm not looking to piss on him. I think he's trying. I think his hands are tied. I think there's bigger people above him that are calling the shots. I don't believe that guy's out here to screw everybody. I think he's being told to do certain things. I just can't believe that he would sit here, especially at this point. Trump's off, the 53 off is gone, so it's rallied back almost $1 already, a little bit more than $1. I think his hands are tied. I think the truck needs to tell these people the story that, hey, what's killing us is killing you also. You know, you guys are working for your pensions, your families, and you're getting robbed too. You have to be some fool to allow this to continue. You know, it only hurts themselves.
I don't get this one bit, but it's just because I'm dense sometimes. Danya saying, post them on the beach. I guess picture on the beach, saying, come on, guys, keep buying stock. We can't let the vacation end.
Well, I think we should use a jet, a boat, a car, something fancy. You know, a jet,
Yeah.
something we don't have. A boat. You know, we said that with the Hal Mintz, you know, putting up the picture of his condo.
The duck of death.
You know, that's what this is more about. I agree on that. Use fancy cars, boats.
Pistol Pete says, why not have pictures of big Russian or someone, mobsters, sitting around in exercise suits playing cards with the SEC?
You know what? I would do that, but the Russians, these are educated U.S. criminals. This is not
It's not the Ruskies.
This is not the Russians. No, I don't. Listen. Don't get me wrong. I think that they're trading and they're doing stuff, but the real crime is the bigger boys. And we got the little minnows that are to go around with them, like, you know, Citadel is here and the Kramers and Lynn Partners and you know Yorkville. They're just following them. Whatever their lawyers are doing, these guys are thinking the same. You know, it's free for them to do also. As soon as Ken Griffin and those guys get shut down, everybody runs.
I like this one, although maybe it's too blunt. Just the SEC helping destroy the middle class for decades. Something like that.
I
think we've done it before, actually.
I just have to somehow drag it to naked
The markets.
How counterfeiting has destroyed the markets. We got to go that way. You know, that's, you know, counterfeiting.
Helping the rich, destroying the middle class. I don't know. Counterfeiting puts us all in the poorhouse.
I like that one. So
Webull apparently was advertising that you can now sell naked options contracts. Well, Ben, that's always been the case. You can always sell options naked. It just means you got to get permission. You got to have a big account. You got to have experience.
When you get caught, you have
it wipes you out.
It
wipes you out.
It wipes you out. Imagine going to the dice table and you got $100 and you place a bet for $10 and you say, well, this is like a naked option or a naked put, and all of a sudden it goes against you and say, hey, you put $10 up on a bet, you just lost $50,000. You're gonna say, what? Well, you wanted this bet. It has unlimited liability. That's exactly what it is. Only they're trying to confuse you with the names. You know, most people sell calls against their position or buy puts. You can sell puts, which is a naked put, to open, and hopefully that's like a way of going double long. You could buy the stock, sell the put, and it means you're twice as long because you're taking in the premium from the sale. You take money in, you sold something, so you get the money. But if the stock goes down, you lose the money on your stock purchase and you lose the money on the put, because the put, let's say you sold the put at $1 and the stock goes down and the put goes to $10, you lose $9 on your option, right? Because you sold it, you owe now $9, and your stock goes down $9. You get killed both ways. They're just looking for more. What I think they're trying to do is they're looking for more ways for people to gamble, which is just becoming more.
They want more suckers to bet backstop their bets and play against, steal your money. But in my office years ago, what we're talking 20 some years ago, one of the associations around here ran their retirement accounts through it, and the strategy was selling naked puts. When the market collapsed 20 or 30% in one day, to my memory, that left a debit balance of $600 million. And it was a huge thing. And so they went from taking free money every month to wiping the whole account out, putting the firm at risk. It's risky business. All right. How about a sign of DGT wants you, or Devin Nunes is coming for you? I'm just giving them to you without filter. Are you there? I guess.
I have 2 people working on Jeff Easton signs that are going to be brutal, but I have to keep them as a surprise. I know they listen, so I don't want Jeff Easton to know. But I'm sure that he should have his people out there at the SEC in front of that glass building, because it's going to be brutal. I promise you, this scumbag's going down.
They said here that one Antonio says, retail wants the CAT system turned on.
There you go. Nice and easy. That's a good one. Thank you.
Turn on the CAT system.
How about we vote yes for the CAT system to expose all frauds.
Then Chris says they are stealing from you too.
I got that. They got the
I'd love a picture of that guy, the guy that's in oh God, my brain, the guy that's always in movies, that he says he quotes the Bible as he's shooting in that movie that Quentin Tarantino did. He's got the wallet.
Fiction.
Who?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. He's got the wallet at the.
Put up a sign to say TikTok, motherfucker. Is that what you want?
Something like that. I'd love a picture of him. I forget his name, saying, "What's in your account?" And just that.
Because TikTok. How about TikTok, Jeff Eastman?
I like that. Have you just saying, "What's in your brokerage account?" What did they put in your? You gave them the money. What did they put in your account? Or something with Samuel L. Jackson. That's his name. God, my brain. I hope I'm not getting Biden disease.
Well, if you do get it, we're going to put you on YouTube 24/7.
I could run for president if I got it.
We're going to tell you, we are going to call you Mr. President and ask you questions every day.
Give me cue cards and I'll turn them around backwards and the audience can ask questions. And oh, Lord, it's not even funny. Stephen Rosenberg, your friend, is saying Ken Griffin moved to Florida to protect his assets.
All right, listen, don't be dumping that fucking guy on me anymore. He's your friend now. I gave him to you as a gift.
He went to West Point and he can kick your ass. He can do 100 push-ups.
That and a token to get him on the subway, as they say. Good luck.
Well, that's a good point. I don't know how this further, as they say. This is an addition to one before, but MM is saying the difference between terrorism overseas and these terrorists is they're stealing from us. They're stealing from Americans. They're terrorizing Americans. I don't know, something.
Nah, keep going. Listen, we got to hear the idea.
No, he's good. MM is great. Dave
I
R.
have 15 lines already. I have 15 little.
Dave R. says, I bet you wouldn't buy a fake Rolex. I love to love you, babe. Rocco says, save lives, stop counterfeits. Save marriages, stop counterfeiting. Mike from Montreal says that Finger est une largest position. Finger has become his number one position because of you, Ham. Thank you.
Listen, I thank you. I want you to make a fortune from it, and I will not stop until I carry this fucker out. So if you want to base it on that, you got my backing. The company fundamentals, the company has to do what they're doing and keep going, which I believe they are. So I think we have a winner, unless I drop dead, in which case William is in charge. So there you go. That's the keys to the whole thing. And like I said, we're not fooling around. I'm going to work all weekend. I'm going to have these things made up, the signs made up. My team is ready to go. The people, everybody's ready to go. And we need to make it short and sweet and smack everybody in the face. Like sell a fake Super Bowl ticket. Everybody follows football. Sell a fake Super Bowl ticket, you go to jail. Sell a fake share of stock, you're a hedge fund.
How about Madoff has expired? Why not his market maker exemption?
Good one. I like that.
Something like that. I kind of stole that from one of your friends. Can we do a second day for the truck? Maybe, or maybe we can go up to New York City where the girls are pretty. Or
listen, 8 hours is a long time to be parked.
8 hours. That's longer than any congressman sits in their office.
I would love to have it at the Democratic Financial Service Committee. I saw them posting on Twitter.
We can put it in front of the DNC, the Democratic National Committee. They have a place where they all go to eat. I've been there. There's one for the Republicans too. We could put it out there during lunchtime.
Get the address, and when you get the truck, you tell them to go wherever you want them to go.
And then I'll sneak in and get a sandwich. I'll pretend I'll put a hat down low. Go, Joe.
Tell everybody go look at the truck, and when they get to go to the window, you can go take their food. That's not a bad way.
I'd say I'm with Joe.
How about naked short sellers steal from Republicans and Democrats?
Yeah.
Stop the fraud.
Yeah. How about Danielle Whitesell says, what if it was your money, Gensler? Maybe just take the Gensler out and say SEC, or
that's a good one.
Something. Keith Launter, how can I steal my pension like you let them do it? He wrote, how do I steal from my pension as white-collar criminals do?
I like the hey Gensler, what if they stole your money?
Yeah, that was from my eyes, Danielle Whitesell.
I don't think she wants me to put her name up on the show. Let's leave it that. I don't think she wants credit for that one.
David says the picture of Kramer saying, nobody FUX with us. And then underneath, except for Devin Nunes.
He's got nothing to do with the,
Gronk.
He has nothing to do with the Kramers.
Gronk says, why do congressional leaders make money in the stock market, but retail can't?
Yeah, we're not here for that point. That's
a bigger argument.
It's a great argument, but that's 2 doors down.
Well, there, Mitchell Wong, he might be, not only is it a good idea, he might be right. A picture of dollar bills in a washing machine. Illegal drug profits being laundered through naked shorts.
I've always heard that. That's a good one.
It could be if you wanted to be topical, it could be helping, fight the Ukrainians. I like his idea better. Fisherman Abe. It's not a bad idea. We should confess to counterfeiting ourselves and then let them trace our orders. They get the other side of the trade.
I like this. Drug cartels launder money. Drug cartels naked short to launder money. Follow to sell tickets to Jeff Easton. Okay.
What's the stain on their shorts? No, just kidding. Steve F., a cop cuffing a broker with fake certificates saying, relax, you have nothing to worry about. It's just fake stocks, not fake Taylor Swift tickets. Whoever Taylor Swift is. A cartoon.
I'm just typing. I like the cuff copying a broker who was caught selling.
You'll get off, buddy. It's just counterfeit shares.
And then I can put the picture on there, the cop cuffing a broker who caught selling counterfeit shares, and say, it's bail before jail. And put Jeff Easton's face.
And Matt E is saying, how about a cartoon with a bunch of guys around a table selling shares, and behind them is a guy copying at a copier, making copies of shares. I don't know that we have a cartoon drawer.
I have my coloring books when I was a young kid.
So Terry Hogan says, stop naked shorting or William's going to sing. Stop the bells, the bells.
Just think what we have to do just to make our equity market secure. We have to sit here and watch these animals. And they, Ken Griffin, think how stupid this guy is. Risking $45 billion because he can't stop himself. He's a pig, right?
This guy, Jason, says $2.5 million gets you a 1-bedroom condo on Fisher Island. What if you put something up like that instead of dollars? You just put in 100 billion counterfeit shares, buys you a condo on Fisher Island.
That's a good one. But I may do that with the Kramers.
You could do it with the Cranes.
Let me just keep talking. I'm just going to type some.
The cat system will catch all the rats. That's from Giannis, who says hello. Scott says, stealing from the largest 401k in the world, the federal government pension system. It's not bad. We will make you famous. Keep stealing. International Medical LLC. Medical Supply International. I like Gary Dush's comment because it sounds like you. Turn on the cat to catch the rat bastards.
There you go. There it is. That's it. There you go.
Sounds just like you. Turn on the cat to catch the rat bastards. That's from Gary Dutch.
Thank you, Gary Dutch.
Keith Launter, SEC moves to settlement T plus 505 days. It's true, but I don't know if it proves the point.
I think that listen, some of the law enforcement people, don't understand T plus 500, T plus 2. That's over their heads, We want to make things that they understand and look at it saying, okay, these guys are sending a message. They obviously caught a criminal. What are we doing? That's the message. Who's the criminal? Well, that one truck has this fucking guy, Jeff Eason's name all over it. I guess he's the bad guy. We should look into it. That's how simple it should be.
This,
And
yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead. I cut you off.
And I think that the truck has moved the Kramers to the front of the heap. And the Kramers are now scrambling, trying to slow the process down. But like a friend of mine told me, the government has all the resources all the time, and they will grind you until they get you.
How about finish Kurt Kramer? This time, finish Kurt Kramer off.
Right.
He signed cease and desists twice before. Third time, it's like the crime bill. 3 strikes, you're out. Put him in, I don't know, something like that. Finish him off. Rikers for Kramer. What's the one down in New Orleans?
Oh, that's it's on the tip of my tongue.
Angola for Kramer.
Angola, they say it's the worst in the whole country.
Sent third time for Angola for Kurt Kramer. I don't know, something. Gerald says, how about a picture of Tony Tiger with his finger up in the air saying, they're fake, instead of they're great.
I'm going to say the SEC. How many times does Kurt Kramer have to get caught? Lock him up now.
Yeah. Third time. First time, shame on. Third time, shame on.
We don't want to give him an opportunity to have a third time. He's done it twice already. He's done enough damage.
Third time, we're not going to get fooled again. Boat Bum says, first to squeal gets the deal.
That's a good one.
That's Boat Bum.
Now, give me a second. I got to type that.
First to squeal gets the deal.
No, that's a good one. I got to include all law enforcement on that one. So give me a second.
First to rat gets the cat. First to rat gets to. First to disclose keeps his clothes. Doesn't mean anything.
I'm just saying, SEC, DOJ, FBI. This is a new law. First to squeal gets the deal. Stop counterfeiting.
Third time settlement goes to Angola. Third time recidivist. Third time recidivist. Third time recidivist. First time Angola intimatist. Inmate.
I got it.
Level the field integrity's call against naked shorting, selling. Let fairness stand tall. That guy should be a writer. Gronk loves it. Gronk's a good dog.
How about something like this? Address it to everybody. Counterfeiter's new home should be Angola, not Palm Beach.
There you go.
something like
Waterfront view from Angola's cell.
that.
I don't know, something.
Angola prison.
I'm not going to read this one out because I think it might offend women. I'm not sure. I'm a dunce. Can we just settle the trades? Relax, everyone. Can we just settle the trades?
Listen, we're not trying to hit him with a pillow. We're trying to smack him in the face. We're trying to hit him with a hammer, not a pillow. Be ruthless. This is our chance. I'm tired of people we've been paying this stuff for a long time just to settle our trades. We're not asking for anything else. I'm not asking them to give us money. We don't need to do this. This is criminal.
I beg your pardon. You can't borrow a library book without proof of who has it.
We don't care.
Ah.
That's nuts. I want brutal stuff.
Stony wants to know about DJT. It's dropped. It dropped. Is it 55.30 that it breaks out?
No, the number keeps going above and below the number. That's where it was. It's 53 something. It goes back to 55, 54, whatever that number was. It'll turn again.
How about cat system will scratch out the counterfeiter's eyes? I read that and I thought of cat scratch fever somehow. Cat scratch fever.
Say that again. Cat system will scratch their eyes out.
Yeah, scratch out the counterfeiter's eyes. Lies.
I heard something Kristen Shaughnessy just put up. Canada's second largest bank faces billions in fines amid money laundering probe. You know they're doing it through there. We all know it's coming through Canada.
How about a picture of Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire saying, "Show me the certificate. Show me the settlement. Show me the locate." And then saying, "This is embarrassing." Did you see this morning Maxine Waters was touting how the SEC is going after the bad guys? I didn't see
So
it.
that's what they were, the financial something, whatever, the financial democratic financial.
I bet Don Fizz was there. We are coming, TikTok.
I got that down. I got TikTok on there.
A picture of Devin Nunes talking about counterfeiting with Lou Dobbs. I'm not sure we want to hurt Lou Dobbs, but maybe there's something there.
Listen, Lou Dobbs is on the, as they say in golf, he's on the back nine, so we're not going to hurt him.
RC from New York says, put someone in a barrel, saying the naked shorts won't stop till they take away the barrel. I'm not a drawer, but I can see some potential with that idea. Your
Say that again, William. Say that again, William.
Let me just read it as he wrote it. RC from New York. Show someone standing in a barrel and say the naked shorts won't stop until they take away the barrel.
So it's basically from the 1929 market crash.
Yeah, and it's
where investors were left with the barrel.
Prove them. It's also
that's a good idea. What we're going to do is I'm going to put a thing and say counterfeiters got our money, and we're left like this with the barrel broke.
And then your dad says the U.S. stock market is all fraud with no accountability. That's certainly true.
Well, I like that one.
The U.S. stock market is all fraud without accountability, with no accountability. Lockup says, stop the ceiling. Where is the cop? New Jersey casinos are closing to join the securities market scheme. Keith wrote, casino owners quit and join the securities market scheme. No wonder casinos are going out of business.
I just got a thing, William. Lufthansa's world-class business, the business class tickets are huge discounts.
Yeah, the
Worldwide destinations.
Lufthansa ripoff, no longer the biggest in the world.
Well, it says $2,200 all in. We can fly anywhere in the world. I got to look about it when we get off.
All right. Counterfeit this. We're coming for you, Julius says. Counterfeit this, pal. Not legal advice says put.
Wait. Coming for you. No, don't go there. You'll ruin my mindset. Counterfeit this. We are coming for you. Counterfeit what? What am I?
I don't know. Put a picture of a middle finger rubbed out. Very vague. I don't know. Have somebody bent over with a moon them or something. I don't know. You're imaginative.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Not legal advice says greetings to all. I don't think that has the correct oomph. Well, that's an interesting point. Lauren's mom, I'll just read it out because I don't know how to make it better or worse. How about a picture of 9/11 terrorists and a caption, quote, "You think these guys hurt the country? Wait until you see what these guys did," with a picture of the Kramers or Jeff Easton. Northwest Sasquatch says washing machines live longer with Citadel. Ancient naked shorting secret.
Mine suck. Mine's always broken.
It makes me think if you put a picture of Ken Griffin, like the Maytag washer repairman.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the caption would be. The loneliest repairman.
Well, how about this? 9/11 terrorists are backed by stock counterfeiters. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, that's good. Washing machine.
Hold on. Stop them before they kill again. That should be a nice looking sign. We're done with that.
In the name of love.
9/11 terrorists are backed by stock counterfeiters. Prove us wrong. Stop them before they kill again.
Think it over.
Right? But no one has any idea where the money's going, what's happening here. And Jeff Easton's going to be the heart of this whole thing. Just going back to the GameStop and DJT. The stocks were going up. They all looked like they were ready to go. They smashed them down. Remember, it's easy. Real short seller wants those stocks to go higher. DJT, they could have sold stock at 60, 65, right? Eventually, the fundamentals have to match the stock price, correct, William?
Mm-hmm.
But they can't wait. They can't have that momentum. So they'd rather sell it at 53 than at 60. That tells you that is the sign of a counterfeiter, is that. Real shorts, and I did it, want stocks to go higher. I was paid like that fat fuck from Morgan Stanley from Share and Tell. I was paid to a better job because they wanted the stocks higher. Instead of selling it at 57, if I had 1 million shares to sell, I wouldn't sell it to 52 short. I would want that stock to go to 60, 63. Think about 1 million shares short with an average price of 60 versus 1 million shares short with an average price of 54. 6 times 1 million is $6 million more in the pocket of the short seller. That's a professional short who's legally borrowing the shares, looking to make money on a downturn. If short selling is legal, that's the way to do it. You're seeing counterfeiters, people manipulating stocks to try to drive them down as much as they can do, as fast as they can do it, because they can't afford to carry the trades. It's like all of us going to a casino. I can't go to the roulette wheel and bet $100 a spin on numbers because I can't afford to carry these positions. I can't afford to risk that money. These guys are doing it, and they just keep putting more and more money that they're stealing from somewhere, and they keep spending it, and it's just never ending, so they can afford these things. But if it goes against them, then they get crushed. That's why. That's why they hold it down. That's why they keep manipulating finger motion down. Think if finger motion started to run and it goes 335, 345, 375, 405, the whole world will start jumping in and they get a tsunami over them. They're hoping and praying that something will come, the world will go flat and they don't have to get caught. That's what's going on. So we're pressing the bet before they get a chance. We're going to expose them in DC on Monday. 8 hours of exposure. And we will have the signs. And I'm going to keep 3 special Lynn signs off of Twitter. And that'll be for William to see on Monday. I have a few people coming down. I was going to be there on Tuesday, but the truck wanted to go on Monday. I couldn't get there on Monday. I can go there on Tuesday, but I can't get there on Monday. So that's what we're looking at. We got a nice group of things here. And again, I don't want to keep everybody all day wasting our time talking about this stuff, but the ideas, you can see everyone starts to flow. And through these ideas, we come up with better ideas. And this is how it works. GameStop is almost back to unchanged again after hitting a low of $17. This morning, the low was $17.89, right around here. Then it screamed to 20. They don't want to go in through 20. Obviously, there's a lot of options that expire today, I think. Let me look at the options. Give me 1 second. The $20 calls, only 29,000 traded today. It looks like it's the 29 calls versus the 17 puts. That's the activity here. 14,000 puts traded at 20 cents. You know what? The 20 calls, or there's 19 and a half calls, 20 cents, 30 cents. If you had FU money, those are worth a shot.
Today,
They
they
yeah, why
expect
not? I mean, why? Next week, the options are going to be $2. Why would you pay $2? If it turns and goes on the plus side again, the thing, GameStop's traded 27 million shares already. Once these things turn, they get, they're going to get violent. And just think about it. Who wants to go into Monday? You got the state of Florida Attorney General being contacted by Devin Nunes. I think the last time I checked, the state of Florida is a Republican place, right?
right.
I'm sure Devin has made a nice phone call to his friends up in Tallahassee to move this along and go after these guys because they're destroying a business in the state of Florida and they're going to go after them. So they're putting the pressure there. They're putting the pressure in DC. All right. Now you got GameStop popping back up again. Remember, the papers don't want to ever report on naked short selling. It's disappeared since GameStop. It's reappeared with DJT. All right. They don't want this subject popping up everywhere. The CAT system is now making it pop up again because they know the CAT system will expose all the crooked trades. They don't want anybody to see that. So this is like I said, this is showtime. I can't or do not want to chase $50 stocks. I don't have enough money to buy a $50 stock that can change my life. So I made my bet in a smaller company that I followed for years, much longer than I followed DJT or GameStop. I know the data on GameStop is completely flip-flopped, okay? These could be hedge funds that are coming in here. telling everybody that GameStop is going to squeeze again. But as far as I'm concerned, GameStop has been played out from years ago. The data doesn't show what it showed years ago. Years ago, it showed you that the short was 180% of the float. Now it shows you it's 34%. So the hedge funds and the money managers gave up on that stock a while ago. Don't get me wrong. These guys can, it's the guy Ryan Cohen. He could be orchestrating, buying it up again. He's the type of guy that I always said that would squeeze the stock. My friend just said, Citadel is now registered in Florida and moved their offices there. AG's going to have a field day in his state. That's a good one, right? And that comes from my friends that are working with DJT. Did you hear what I said? Wade?
Yeah, I heard it.
Did it
I
again?
heard it.
All right, so there you can see that the information is flowing now and the ideas and how to expose these guys. All right, so instead of going for Lynn Partners and the Kramers, DJT is going headhunting for the king. They're going after Ken Griffin.
How about a picture, Jim says, of the Kramers asking O.J. Simpson to help them find the real short?
That's a good one. But I'm not trying to spank the Kramers. I'm trying to teach law enforcement quickly in a slide presentation that gives them 20 seconds to read it and show them that, hey, this is what's going on. You need to stop this. It's hurting your own families. Okay? Just like the crime in the streets at any given time, anybody can be attacked. Right? Even like a Secret Service man, he can go to work and protect the president. His wife could take his little kids out and just get beat up in the street. I don't know how anybody turns their back on that who's in law enforcement. I don't know how anybody would join the military when the government doesn't give you any benefits for going to defend the country. I mean, I find that crazy. And I find it crazier that everyone puts money in their 401ks to buy stocks to get a return so that when they retire or whatever they're doing, their retirement is secure and they can have money and watch it get robbed. Instead of making 10% on your money, people are making 3% on their money. All right, after the fees and everything, that the churning and buying the stock, and let me get out of this one, go to that one, and well, let's lose money here. I mean, look at the teachers' pension fund. They got short GameStop using what was that guy's name again? The money manager that was short GameStop who got blown out. He was using Michael Jordan lost $500 million. The teachers' pension money got wiped out. So when they teachers' pension money shows that they made 20% for the year in all their investments, but they lost 18% because they were short GameStop, because they were gambling and trying to bet against GameStop using that guy's name. I forgot his name.
Melvin Capital.
That is correct. There you go. Melvin Capital for $10, please. There you go.
Ding, 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 ding.
So, I mean, these are the type of things that we're trying to do is, and guys, I'm open all weekend towards it. We can get these signs done quick. I get the slide presentation. We'll get it down. And it's basically, we want to inform all the law enforcement, the SEC, about what we've seen. We put it up there 13 times with the, with the GTII and finger motion. Did that have something to do with catching the Kramers? Listen, Jeff Easton's an unregistered toxic lender also. All right? He's going to get the same fate as the Kramers. We need to ramp it up so that when they do catch him, he's a counterfeiter. He's been selling shares before. Don't listen to that nonsense. Oh, they convert the shares and they sell them. That's all bullshit.
He can
They're all liars.
He can day trade Yahoo up a storm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So this idea from Fisherman is, Mom, they're doing that counterfeiting again. Not legal advice says, how about having not legal advice on top of the truck, yelling bad SEC jokes? He might be onto something. We could have a tape of repeating the same bad jokes over and over.
If we put him on the top of the truck yelling bad jokes to people in the SEC.
They say, please make it stop.
Make it stop. We'll do anything. I can't take it anymore. It's like the Woody Allen movie. We'll put the SEC enforcement agents in a room with him. It's like it's like an insurance salesman. Who wants to listen to him all day?
That might be the most effective action we could take. After 3 years, Richard's come up with the one thing that could make them move.
Listen, my father was a garbage man in Brooklyn, and you know what? They always had those stupid dolls on the front of the truck. I always agreed that we should have put you on the front of the truck. I think that's the thing. We drive up to the truck with you tied to it.
With friends like you, who needs enemies?
That will get everybody's attention. I'm not saying it's great for you. I'm just saying that I think that will get everybody's attention. Hey, they got a truck outside with that guy making all the noise about the naked shorts tied to it. These people aren't fucking around. They tied their own to the truck.
Robert H., be a cartoon, but one hand clutching real money and the other hand trading with monopoly money. There might be someone that could draw something like that.
Yeah, listen, the whole thing is that we have to expose counterfeit. Whatever the item is, it has to be counterfeit. Who wants to buy a fake Super Bowl ticket? Everybody knows a Super Bowl ticket. We could you get someone to draw a counterfeit Super Bowl ticket, but who wants to buy this with your money? No one wants to do that.
Money talks. Legal advice says, I know they say money talks, but mine says goodbye.
That's a good one. It's just amazing. And listen, I thank all the people that are trying the hardest to help us out here. Without the support, this would still be going on.
How about short sellers making nightmares come true? What he said is making unrealized nightmares come true.
We're telling it to the FBI. The FBI is going to look at this thing. What are they talking about? Trust me, I've spoken to a bunch of them. They'll be saying, what? What are you talking about?
A sign saying scumbags leading to Gary Gensler's office.
I can't put a picture.
I like this. Fisherman says just put up whatever the number is. Citadel, 44 billion sold, not yet purchased. It's factual.
All right.
Squire 61 says, is your pension safe? That would be a good one with Samuel L. Jackson. Is your pension safe? Check again. What is in your account? Gerald Kramer says, my last name is Kramer, but I'm not part of Naked Shorting.
Yeah, let it. All the Kramers got to go down with this one.
Yeah, it's the whole family tree going back to.
It's like Billy Joel. The Kramers, they all go down together.
It goes all the way back to Adam. All the Kramers are going to be indicted. Just kidding. How about this? JM says, let's go hard. Wall Street fraud ruined people's lives and caused suicides, but our government looks the other way.
Well, that's the angle we want to take. Counterfeiting, looting, it kills. That's the angle we need. That's 100% the angle we need.
Gary Gensler is not a cat guy. He's a dog eat dog. Dog eat dog.
That's a good one.
Not a cat guy.
Yeah, I think we're wrong on that. I think he is, and he wants.
Well, I actually think when you read the complaint, that possibly, Ham, your efforts with the truck ignited an investigation 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, there's no question.
Unless it was me standing out there all by myself.
Listen, I've spoken to a guy who's a market maker. He's a retail investor now. He did it many years ago. And he said that the government never, ever goes down to the bottom of the barrel. They always say the penny stocks, pink sheets, there's fraud, there's this. And here you're watching it in DJT. You're watching it here, you're watching it there. There's fraud everywhere. These guys, they always try to make it sound like the penny stock is the Wild West. And it's really everywhere. It's not despair. They just don't police it. The truck has forced their hand to police the fraud now. That's the difference.
So
And I think that's what we've seen.
yeah. How about a picture of a magician with his wand saying presto, hey presto, counterfeit shares.
That's a good one.
That's G Diddy. Hey G
A
Diddy.
magician angle. That's a good one. That's a smack in the face.
How
You gotta
about
remember, a lot of the enforcement people are novice. They don't do this. They're just like everyone here. They're basic retail investors. That's what they are.
how about cat, a better rat trap?
That's a good one.
That's not legal advice.
No way. It's impossible.
Well, I'll give him credit.
He stole it from somebody else. It's impossible. Lock that man up for crimes. It's impossible. He's stealing someone else's material. It's impossible.
Pilot says worse than Boeing. No, that's not what he said. Worse than the COVID epidemic. I don't think we should use COVID or epidemic. I probably shouldn't have said it out loud. That's not free speech anymore. George P says SEC by finger, not financial advice. That puts it in their face. And I got to get this. Not legal advice. Says how good could Hester Pierce be if Kurt Kramer cites her for support? Oh, he did cite her in his comment. The lawyer did. That's true. She's got to be crooked in the Neuberger response. That's true. Lee Wills, thanks you.
She offered people to meet people. I know 50 people who tried to contact her, and she never did shit.
Oh, she never washed her hands afterwards.
She said that she would love to meet people in Tampa. I'm going to Tampa. Reach out to me, and I'll set up an appointment. Nothing.
Robert Kapke says,
I've been looking for him.
SEC.
Let me tell you something, people. Robert is a smart motherfucker, as we would say. A great guy, a guy that I would love to be in business with, but he lives too far away. I'm getting up, he's sleeping. I'm going to
Call from Mike Theron.
the same, we can't get on the same playing field. And Robert, I have to get back to you. I'm sorry. Just been
He's
busy.
also
But
taller than you are, isn't he?
Oh, God. I think he put his drink on my head.
You stood next to him. He put his beer down on top of your head.
And then he said, "Where are you?" I'm down here.
He said, SEC, tell Kurt Kramer 3 strikes and you're out. You could have one of those old pictures like in The Natural of Babe Ruth throwing a strike to the big whiff swing, the Bammer, swinging a third time and saying 3 strikes, you're out. Something.
I don't want to give him another strike. It's 2 strikes, you're out. We don't want to give him another 8.
How about,
why would I give this?
How about
another 8?
2 strikes, you're in Angola?
We don't want to give him another chance. This guy, we're sort of lost with that 3-strike thing. We all like baseball. I got it, but we don't want to give him another inch. That's the difference.
Pizza Rule says pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Picture of Jeff Easton with a pig shaped like a
That's
pig.
a good one. That's a good Wall Street. Everyone understands that one. Everybody understands that. That's a good one.
Jeff the Pig Easton.
Jeff,
Jeff the Hog Easton.
just think about it. This guy is standing here. He thinks he's the Titan of Wall Street. And we're sitting here pissing on him because he's just basically a thug. He's just a thug. That's all he is.
Jeff the Mark Easton.
Thank God, people, we figured out what this guy's all about. It's just remarkable. Remarkable.
Not
And
legal
we
advice.
we have to do it. The cream is high school dropouts that should be working at a gas station, walking around, lending money to people, threatening people, got busted a bunch of times, steal money, pay off the lawyer. Do you know their payroll's got to be a mile long?
Yeah,
Because no one's working for them unless they're getting paid,
yeah.
including that lawyer. The lawyer's probably clapping up and down.
Richard Nadich.
They're gonna have to pay him $5 million just to keep saying
I
nothing.
thought lawyers had to take an oath to be honest, but I guess as long as you
Yeah,
can
right.
bullshit and write
As
things
far as
and,
you can throw,
appeal
as you can throw 'em.
and say your honor, your offer, you can do anything you want.
Right. Listen, there's 100 great ideas we're hearing. It has to be brutal. We get 8 hours to tell our story. We have to make it short and sweet. Everything on the truck will be videotaped. The SEC, the FBI, the DOJ, the Secret Service, their buildings have cameras. You can't be in front of their building, William. Am I correct? Everything in DC is what? Monitored? Am I correct, William?
Yeah, there's those whatever you call them, those CCTV systems all over the place.
So
talk for a little while. I'm gonna go pee.
Oh, that's a little too much information for us. I'll pass on that. But, again, everyone, this is a Friday. We're all sick of doing this whole thing. We have to watch the manipulation for pennies. Again, they were doing it to DJT. They did it to GameStop down to $10. People wrote, "Oh, GameStop is breaking down." Charlie Gasparino was pissing on everybody. You guys are all full of shit. We know the shorts exist. But Wall Street's a funny thing. They don't like the chase stories that have been played out already. It's like that has. It becomes an old story. They do it. Hedge funds like to go in there and start the old rumor up about it because they know they'll get the retail investors to jump in. GameStop has a tremendous following of retail investors like George Donahue who are doing everything in their power to get back their money to expose the criminals. He's done a great job doing it for years, the guy. And that's why hedge funds will take advantage of that. How do I know that? Because I used to do it. I've seen them do it before. I used to hear them, "Hey, we're going to buy XYZ. I go, "Why?" "Well, that story about this and the retail investors will come and buy it and drive it up. We just got to get it started." And that's what you're seeing there. That's the mentality of a hedge fund on Wall Street. I know William is taking care of business, but again, keep thinking of ideas.
I'm back.
Everyone has voted. They want to tie you to the truck.
Oh God.
We're going to tie you to the truck like that movie and stick you on the front of the truck, Mad Max, and put you on the front of it. Mad William, we're going to call it, as Richard would say. Richard said that. Richard, not legal advice, is coming up with those ideas.
How about Counterfeit stocks, fool's gold for Wall Street, poison for Main Street. That's from Bruce Banner Jr.
That's a good one. There you go.
At
That's a
Crane?
good one.
All right. I'll let you type it.
Okay, I got it. That's
And
a
then
good one.
not
I like
legal
that.
advice comes up pretty good. Third time the charm. Kramer's to solitary.
We
Correct.
can't get the third time. What else if he never gets the third time? We'll be sitting around forever.
Buddy
We know
writes,
he's, we know he's done the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. I think he's up to his 10th crime. But you know, we got to get the
Buddy Love
regulated-
writes, Kramer, Lind, and Griffin, the Counterfeit Share Commission.
Say that again.
Kramer, Lind, and Griffin, the Counterfeit Share Commission.
Ah, that's it. The birds of a feather flock together.
Kramer, Lind, and Griffin, providing liquidity.
But they're not providing liquidity. They're providing, they're just counterfeit. They're stealing our money. They forget that.
Providing losses.
They make it sound like it's a positive thing.
Rob says Hester is bought and paid for. She's garbage, like your father would take away. Prison wants you.
That's a great one. Like the U.S. Army with the guy pointing. We
Yeah,
want you
that's
to sign
from-
up. We want you to,
That's from
Uncle Sam, we
Cipruet
need you
for
to sign up. Well, we need those guys to prison. Prison wants you. We put
yeah.
Jeff Easton's face.
Cipruet Photography came up with that one.
I
Prison-
really like that one. That's
Prison
a good
wants
one.
you. Robert Kepke, it's pretty powerful. SEC, DOJ, FBI, CIA, FINRA, SS, DTCC, NSCC. Which one of you is protecting the criminal short sellers?
The answer's the answer's all above.
Yeah. When the things turn, they turn too quickly for that one, probably. You could have a picture of regulators holding high frequency traders upside down with turned out pockets. I don't know quite how. High whistleblower.
Let me tell you something. I'm not a giant. I'm not a fighter, but the people that are doing this stuff are worms. I'm telling you, if you're in the office, if Robin hit one of them, he would kill 10 of them. That's how. They're nothing like like that guy. I'm telling you.
I wish I could find that picture. I've looked for it, where the guy went in to visit Charlie Big Nose Mayo and took a picture of the boiler room in action.
Oh, we can get that.
Bunch of
They're sitting around.
sleaze. They're sitting around, bunch of sleaze
they-
balls.
They look like their computer was the plastic computer at Sears back in the day. Remember, you used to go to Sears. They used to have they didn't have a real computer. They
You
used to put a
can't-
plastic one.
For a CEO, they can't find class like that.
If anybody goes and watches The Wolf of Wall Street, Leonardo DiCaprio goes to a penny stock place in Long Island. They don't even have a computer. They were selling shares to people of make-believe stuff. That's what these guys are doing.
Oh God,
That's their business model.
makes you sick.
We have an office. We send out Kramers to go solicit deals. People sign the deals, and then they just give an order to a guy like it, Vertical Group, and all the other bad market makers. I forgot all their stupid names. And they go out and say, hey, sell as much as this as possible. We have a debenture here. And you would say to them as one of the crooked market makers and say, how do I get paid? And you say, okay, every time you sell it, I'll make you 10 to 20,000 a day. And that's what they do. And the Kramers would go out at the end of the day. They would give the order. They give the report. Hey, we sold, 300 million shares of XYZ at 6 cents. And they report it to their prime broker, which is Alpine. And the Kramers says, hey, okay, great job. Here's, that's a good day. Here's 10,000, here's 20,000. And these guys would work all day trying to sell the stock for them. That's all they did. And Alpine would take a piece of it. The lawyer gets a piece of it. The brokers get a piece of it. And paying off Gibson Dunn to keep him out of jail. They paid out tons of money. All the wires all the money that was sent to them, just follow the paper trail, the brokers, the trades, and they're all dead. They all go to jail.
Reggie Dog says, put a sign on the truck asking for the whistleblower reward.
That's a good thing. We should put the thing up. Whistleblower. We're whistleblowing. When do we get paid?
Lou Grasso puts up Lynn Partner's motto, right or wrong, sell it along.
I like the whole thing. Is sell it along.
Right or wrong, sell it along.
Listen, we're not trying to be. We're not going to be rap stars. We're not trying to rhyme these things. We just got to hit a point. We have law enforcement that doesn't understand the equity markets. We try to show them the crime. What is it? If you do the crime, you got to do the time. That's something. I think that's an old saying. I think that's part of it. Right. I mean, we just think about. I understand what everybody's thinking, but we need to really address. This is for law enforcement. The SEC understands the crimes. I think that they have a hard time prosecuting because the crimes are using the market maker exemption. They're hiding behind that. There's loopholes protecting them, and the SEC cannot go after them because of the loopholes. So that's why they went after these guys as unregistered toxic lenders. And they're basically sending the message that we're coming. That's what they're doing. Now we have to get them to prime brokers. Now, the GTI situation is very intriguing because the prime brokers busted too. And we all have the proof of the prime broker, committing the crime. We know the Kramers have sold billions and billions of shares. So we know the short seller. We know the prime broker. We just need to know where the hell the position is. Because if there was no position and there was nothing to back up this crime, they would have shut it down already and told us to shut up. But they can't because we need the proof. They would have to show us the proof. Just like MMTLP, they don't want to show the proof. They got them. Where's the proof? They won't show. They don't even say anything.
How about a big picture of the Savvy Toad?
Oh, Savvy, we're going to use him. That's his partner. Lynn Partners and Savvy. We're going to put a jail cell for both of them.
Two toads sitting together.
All right. Just go back and read that story with the Anson Fund. How they're spending millions and millions of dollars a month with their legal fees. Those guys have been naked shorting through Canada. Everybody knows who they are. They weren't involved in anything we did, but I'm sure they've been all over the place. And the person who's been writing that story has got very detailed information. And I have a meeting I haven't told you about next week with a gentleman that used to work in the Kramer's office, an Orthodox gentleman that's sort of becoming a whistleblower. Should be interesting.
An Orthodox gentleman, so he's got a conscience?
I guess he got ripped off by them or they robbed him too. I don't know. I'll get the details next week. I don't know.
That's
But
great.
a
That's
shareholder,
good news.
a shareholder reached out to me and said, "Would you like to talk to him?" I said, "Absolutely." I told him where I would meet him, but I also told him that I'm coming with two friends that I wouldn't take lightly. So, I don't know what the meeting where it is, but I'm definitely coming with firepower to the meeting, so I'm not concerned.
Two big Orthodox Italians.
I have two big Orthodox Italians coming. That is correct. One is former a law officer that's now in private security, and they're allowed to carry their tools of the trade. Let's say.
Just sit at the back wall. Get there early.
I don't listen. With these two gentlemen, I don't have to worry about anything. Trust me. But again, this is interesting. This happened after they were caught, and he wants to, I guess, give up something. I don't know. See what happens.
This Reggie Dog wonders if you could play one of the Nunez videos with voice. Maybe, I don't know.
It's industry. The only music I would play would be the Carvel song on the truck, or "Pop Goes the Weasel" all day long outside.
Pop Goes the Weasel with the first one to squeal. The first weasel to squeal gets the deal. Pop Goes the Weasel.
I play that, keep playing it like the Three Stooges until Curly goes crazy. That's what I would do. That's the only thing. They would go outside that building. They would go between Richard's jokes and that. They would go. They would.
I'll be standing there. I'll come back spewing, speaking in tongues.
You would lose your mind listening to that. I would lose my mind. Whatever's left of it, yes.
So Kramer's, I know what you did last summer. That's from Fisherman. Mexican.
Just listen, we don't want to insult the Kramers. We're trying to get the SEC and all these guys to take whatever charges they have to the next level, criminal. We know what everybody did. They all got busted already. All right, so we did our job. I do believe the truck has really ramped up what's going on here. I think we were on the right subject. And for those who posted on Twitter accusing us of wasting money, not your money, our money, trying to get the truck and saying we never seen anything from it. Well, that has all changed, right?
Yeah. I just want to quietly address this. Somebody has put up my name without a period after my middle initial. He's saying, I am William P. Farrand. I am paid in shares from bad companies, and I dump shares on baggies I convinced to buy. This isn't true, and I don't want to address it, but this is false. So
tell him to call a cop.
Yeah.
And tell him to call the cop and follow the sell tickets. That's it. Devin Nunez said it. He used our line. When you're over the target is when you get the most flack.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's all you have to understand. I've been doing this for years. That is, those are bashes. Those are the lines. The next is they put it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. It's a pump and dump. The butcher, the baker, blah 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 blah. Everyone's getting paid in shares. Tell them to go follow the paper trail. And when the paper trail leads back to you, then say, give me a call. That's it.
Yeah, bring your own paper trail in and your buddies.
So get the paper trail and show me where it's coming to me. Good luck. That's all. Nice and calm. We're here for one reason. All right. We invested in companies that are being attacked by criminals that are being sanctioned by the SEC. That's it. When we expose it, guess what? You know what? When we do break you in finger, all right, maybe one day we will get a big payday, and then we could tell you, hey, we are getting shares from this piece of shit company. I'll be the first to tell you that. All right, but I've been doing this 24 years. We didn't start yesterday. If we were doing that sort of activity, I think we would have been exposed already. Just like the Kramers have gotten exposed. They get you, when you break the law, they're going to get you. So there you go. Don't address those people. You got me thinking in the wrong direction again.
I was just thinking it's probably corny. You could say your cell is fake, your cell is counterfeit, our cell is real, and have a picture of a jail. I don't know, it's cornball. Benjamin Shamil says, now we smart, we do not stop. David, all right, that's too long.
That one's got my brain frozen. I don't know what that means.
I know it's probably cornball.
Listen, everybody, I appreciate
This
it.
cell is real.
This
How
is
about
not
just a
easy.
picture of a Angola cell? This cell is real. You don't have to say the rest of it. They'll figure it out.
I like that idea. You just got to put the rest of it together.
Yeah, picture of Gensler in a Barney Fife outfit. That's not bad.
We're not here to insult him. He's on our side. He finally caught the guy, right?
Yeah.
Let them prosecute it. We want him to take it to the next level. I put we put the thing up there. Hey, we thanked him for catching the Kramers, and now we said don't forget about the 500 million shares that go along with the crime. That's part 2 of the crime. Don't forget that.
Gary Dush puts up something that I'm going to amend. What if we said SEC, KISST, keep it simple, settle the trade, or KISSST, keep it simple, stupid, settle the trade. He wrote SEC, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Well, obviously, KISS, settle the trade. Yeah. Anyway, here's not legal advice.
It sounds like the old kids rhyme from Brooklyn from many years ago.
KISSING, ham and KYP, sitting in a tree.
Oh, there you go. You give me a girlfriend now. My wife's gonna kill me.
How about release the cat?
I like that one. What movie was that?
That was Release the Kraken. What was it?
Kraken, right? Release the crack. The cat, excuse me, right?
Release the cat. I can't draw.
But listen, everyone, we all want to be sarcastic, but we're trying to entice or educate law enforcement to go be aggressive against the criminals. That's what we need to do.
I like Hidden Valley Pickleball. He says,
where is Hidden Valley Pickleball? Because I've seen videos of it somewhere. Is it Montclair, New York? I forget where it is.
If I had to guess, it's outside of Philadelphia, but I don't know. Maybe it's where they sell the salad dressing.
I've seen pickleball. I watch videos at night of pickleball, and I think I've seen Hidden Valley. It's somewhere. I can't remember where.
I don't know. Why do you ask me?
I'm asking you. The guy Hidden Valley is giving you the things. I don't know.
He's saying.
We know it's in a valley and it's hidden, so we know that.
He says, put up, why invest in the stock market when you can counterfeit?
That's the type of stuff we want to do. Investing in the stock market is, we want to try to turn off people and show law enforcement that if they don't do anything, the stock market is worthless because it's full of counterfeits. That's the type of stuff we want to say. You have the criminals stop it before they destroy the whole stock market for everyone. It's not just for us, it's for everyone. Your children, everybody's getting destroyed here.
Jim H says, maybe a picture of Bernie Madoff looking over the Kramers saying, your money's better off with me. I've just got to, all right, guys, everybody, This is not me, William P. Farron. I am paid in shares from bad companies, and I dump shares on baggies. This is just isn't true. This guy is dump shares.
William.
I'm going to erase him though. I'm just gonna
William, stop. If you want to talk to that idiot, knock yourself off.
No, I'm
I don't wanna
banning
hear
him.
that.
I'm just explaining it. To
Just
everybody.
stop. It's nothing. It's nonsense. I told you that.
I
Just
know. I'm
stop.
banning him. I'm not
I
upset.
can say it
I'm
all
just-
day long. William Ferran had sex with Kramer's wife. He works with them. What do you want me to say? You want me to say stupid things
Gross.
like that? This is that, that's it,
I thought no one
There's no reason to
FUX'd
talk about
with her.
This is William, stop. This is about us making a truck to expose criminals. I do not care with the petty fights that these guys drag you into. Give up on it. Stop
Watch.
addressing
Your
it.
dad says, "Why rob a bank? Just become a market maker. Get the market maker exemption."
Give them a gun and at least wear a gun and a mask before you rob us. Something like that.
Yeah. A picture of Dirty Harry say, "Go ahead, make them pay."
But you must stop listening to idiots because all they're trying to do is they want you to shut your mouth. That's all they want you to do. I watched the comedian. I watched the comedian the other day, Cat Williams. I forget his name. He says, "You can't scare me. I'm already scared." What are you gonna do? He goes, "You can't scare me," because they were trying to silence him on something. Because you can't scare me. I'm already scared.
That's pretty good. You can't bore me. I'm already bored.
Right. Just focus on where we are. We caught the criminals already. Stick with that. We got them already.
Okay, Richard Odun says, "What's the difference between Kurt Kramer and a refrigerator?" I'm not going to tell the rest of that line. Buddy says, "Counterfeit this," and put a picture of handcuffs down there.
That's a good one. Counterfeit these.
Counterfeit these, a picture of handcuffs.
These won't be counterfeit for sure. Anyway, all right. So listen, I don't want to do this all day. I have 30 lines. I have a bunch more. I will fine tune them, and I'll run it past everybody on Twitter, and I'll have it all done by Sunday. And maybe Sunday I'll have another call to go over all the slide presentation with everybody, so you can actually see what we're doing. Everyone's entitled to see what they're doing now. You made a donation, and I want everybody to be part of it. So this is how I feel, and this is showtime. This is our last chance.
Okay.
We can't do this forever. I don't want everybody to waste their time on this thing. We have them. They're on the mat. We just got to knock them out. That's all. We're at the stage now. We just got to knock them cold. They're wobbly already. I can tell you that. Prosecutors I talk to, the FBI I'm speaking to, they know these guys are on the ropes. You just got to go through the legal channels to finish them off. And they will get picked up. This is a Devin Nunes. Wait till it gets to the hearing in D.C. What's the matter?
Not legal advice. What's the difference between Kurt Kramer and a bucket of cat feces? The bucket.
Richard's getting good. Maybe his law degree, his Harvard law degree is paying off.
Why doesn't the shark, Robert Kepke, why doesn't the shark bite Jeff Easton? Professional etiquette.
People, you got to remember, we're dealing with people that are professionals, and they're definitely not comedians.
Ellie Belly likes Release the cat the most. And Ellie's good. Ellie likes release the cat the most.
We will have that up there.
Um,
But we'll have to add something to it for the people that don't understand what the cat is. We have to address the people go look at what's the cat? What are they talking about?
you can have a
know?
picture of a cat with claws, and on it says what the CAT stands for. I forget right now. The collective automated. I forget what CAT stands for.
I think it's audited trail system, whatever the hell it
Yeah,
is.
something certified audited trail or something. Certified something. Consolidated audited trail. So just put a big cat and on one pod says consolidated, on the rest audited trail, and they have big claws and they're about to catch
I just looked at my text. Release the cat. It should stand for catch all the thieves.
It could be catch all the thieves. Yeah. All right. Alex says let Ham finish speaking. So you have the floor.
Thank you very much, but I forgot what the hell I was going to say.
I know Alex is right. I interrupt you quite a bit.
No, listen, we're in, we just keep going. Now, listen, I got it.
Lamar Poole, who came to DC, and I met him here, gentleman, total gentleman. He said, telling you, it's a good idea to put Devon News on the truck, because if there's a picture or he hears about it, it'll get Devin Nunes's focus on the truck. So maybe that's a good reason to put something up there with Devon News on it. It's not a bad thinking.
Let me change the subject for 1 second.
Oh, Lordy.
So my wife lost a diamond ring. And she wants me to replace it, but I can't afford to. So I talked to my daughters, and they're talking about a lab-grown diamond. I don't know what that is or what does that mean, but she says they're very cheap, but you won't be able to sell it down the line, she wrote. And my daughter's boyfriend's brother bought one, and he paid $8,000 for last year, trying to sell it for $1,000 on eBay. Does anyone know what that is? I don't know what that is. A lab-grown diamond.
I've heard of it. They can make diamonds in the laboratory now, but De Beers is against it.
Well, I find it fascinating that if I could spend $1,000 and get a big fancy diamond, by the time my wife finds out it's fake, I'll be hopefully dead in the ground. I don't have to worry about it. But these are things that I have to worry about. Everybody in their life worries about, replacing things that are broken, fixing whatever may happen in life. We have a tough time doing or thinking about it. And Jeff Easton and the Kramers and Ken Griffin just fucking steal everybody's money and walk through life like it's no big deal. Now, my problem is small to others who need to pay off their houses or their cars, whatever. Mine is a small problem, but whatever the problem is, it is a problem. And these guys are just stealing my money, and I can't stand it anymore. And that's why I'm fighting. There you go. That's just to show you a stupid headache that we have. Remember, the most important thing in your life is going to be your health. So don't get caught up with these scumbags. I hope they all fucking rot and get cancer. They all deserve it, the scumbags. And I never wish it on anybody, but they deserve it.
Rotting?
Sorry about that.
You don't wish rotting on anybody?
I wish them the worst. I wish the worst cancer that eats them alive every day of their life, so they sit there and fucking rot. That's what I wish on.
Bruce Banner says market makers exemption, where fair trading goes to die.
That's a good one. And we could put the rule in there, whatever, rule 205, whatever stupid number they have. I like that one.
He also said market makers gaming the system with exemptions, robbing investors blind. Alex says,
I can still see. I'm not blind yet, William, so I'm only kidding.
Alex says, please finish what you were saying because I interrupted you.
William, I'm good. I just don't remember. Don't worry about it.
Market
It'll come
maker
back.
exemption, fueling greed, draining trust, SEC, it's time to act. I liked the first one that I read. These aren't all sayings.
The market maker exemption, targeting that is, the crime, the biggest crime. Market maker exemption has fueled the biggest crime in U.S. history. Stop the fraud. Now, anyone looking at the FBI, the Secret Service, they know that they're looking at a market maker exemption. What's that? And they know it's a crime of counterfeiting, and that, now we got them focused in a direction.
I got a shill here. There's a shill here supporting mutual funds. Thanks. We'll all sell our finger and go into a mutual fund. It's a good idea. Driving American companies out of business is financial terrorism. That's from M. Echo. I like it. It gets right to the point. Shorting American companies out of business, financial terrorism. SEC, FTDs, you could do SEC failed to deliver. I don't know how to make it work, but it's all right. You're gone, Ham. You must be on the phone.
I'm sitting here listening. What do you want? I'm trying to memorize and write down everything we're saying.
All right, do it. Stop interrupting me.
I'm here. I'm listening. I can't talk all the time. I'm focused on one thing. I need slogans, something to address the crime, something to stop the fraud. And remember, we're educating people that don't understand it. The Secret Service doesn't understand it. They understand if you got a fake $20 bill, they'll come and get you. They don't understand what a fake counterfeit share is and where they're generated from and how they exist. They don't understand.
Phil Roman writes, no cancer cures for your family. Naked Shorts bankrupted all the research company. You could turn that into an either or. Something like what's more important? Cures for cancer or protecting Naked Shorts or protecting Kurt Kramer? I don't know. It's a little complicated because I'm not.
Yeah, we can't make it complicated. If people are going to look at it, it's got to be catchy.
Protect Kurt Kramer versus cancer cures. Okay. Casey says, put those emoji eyes on the truck and say, we can't believe you're not seeing what we see. We see it, don't you?
Yeah, I don't like it.
All right. Casinos are better than Gary Gensler's market.
At least
you can win in a casino.
Invest in a casino, at least you get a drink. Just think about what you're watching. DJT's got 800 million counterfeit shares. You can't borrow a share, yet they sell it. Finger Motion has no shares to borrow, no float, 225 million shares short, and yet someone keeps manipulating it back and forth. How is it possible? If you don't have a baseball, you can't play a game. These guys, it doesn't make any sense every day.
Wickedham says, brokers' crime on our dimes has to end.
That's a good one. I like that.
Well, you've got time to write it down. Stony Bones, I think this is something that your friend wrote. SEC, still enabling criminals. Buddy Love, SEC, seldomly enforcing compliance.
I think the SEC is handcuffed here. They go by the rules. I believe me, as much as I despise them, I think they're handcuffed here, and they're just trying to use whatever rules they can. The rules from 2006 were, what's the name? SEC Chair Cox said it's fraudulent naked short selling. It's manipulation. It has to end. I don't understand how that disappeared.
Well, if you study that, Reg Show, and I'm sorry, Alan, I'm interrupting him, but if you study that, the whole Reg Show was to give a transition period to stopping it. Instead, they opened up the sluices.
I guess that's what it was. They just made it worse. And some of the bad guys actually helped write the Reg Show.
Yeah, that's true. The lobbyists.
William, all you have to look at and know what's going on is that JP Morgan pays fines almost $1 billion like it's nothing. Where do they get all the money from? And yet when they have earnings, they're always positive. They're stealing so much, it's impossible.
It's so much. It's so much. How rich do you think Kurt Kramer is?
I would say the whole group has probably got $20 million.
That's not very much. I mean, it's a lot more than it's a lot, but it's a lot less than I thought.
I told you they have partners. They got their hands in their pocket. Do you
Right.
think they're allowed to operate without someone paying
Without a
protection
little
to somebody?
vigorous and paying for protection and paying
You
for
got it. There's
lawyers.
100% someone's protecting them.
Yeah. I mean, how does Gibson Dunn get in the gutter with Kurt Kramer unless someone's saying, hey, some big, maybe it's Goldman Sachs. Hey, go.
You pay the money, they'll do anything.
Yeah. Well, even lawyers have some, don't they have some class? Maybe not.
Nope.
I like Rudy Myers gets to the point. The SEC has allowed Wall Street to steal from teachers, firefighters, police, and hardworking Americans. It's long, but it's true.
How do we end it?
Uh,
I mean, just think, I agree with everything you just said. That list can go, it should actually look like the
he ended it with retirements. I didn't say that. You can end it with retirements, but Stoney says, if you can read this, Wall Street is stealing your 401k. Julius.
That's a good, you know what? That's a really good one because it's short, it's sweet, and it sends a message.
Julius Quiam says, as you're reading this, check your retirement account. Terry Hogan, whom I'm never speaking with ever again, he says maybe William could sing Knott's jokes on the top of the truck. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Heidi's laughing. Um, has the goal been reached or are more donations? We're just a little short. I'll put the brand up again for a second, but we're very close. So don't stress out. Don't stress out about it. We're close
Yeah, we'll
enough.
get there. Don't worry about it. Let's worry about content.
I'll just put it up briefly here, but Rudy, it's not a big deal. We're so close. It's like government work. It's like SEC work. Close enough. All right, let's go back.
That's a good one.
Chris Sheedy, trim the fat, bring on the cat.
That's a good one. But you see now, by talking about it, I think we're going to get a lot of good stuff out of using the cat.
John Croson points out, I didn't know that, but I'll look at it later, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do it. It's another long day, but he says GTII put out a notice, an 8K about changing auditing firms. So it's pretty good. I think they're worried, John, about, I think if I had to guess, I'm not going to speak for Richard, but I think Not Legal Advice is pointing out some areas of vulnerability personally for management at GTII. But I'm not quoting him. I made that up. He never said that to me. It's just my guess.
Listen, all they have to do is do a business and clean up things. That's all they have to do. And then they'll be off to the races. You spoke to a guy yesterday, William. We had a conversation about it. How many companies did the guy say he can bring to GTII?
12.
That's just one person.
12. I could bring a dozen projects too over time. I would focus on smaller ones first. But yeah, exactly. That's one guy. And then, of course, there's the other guy we met up in New York, Busy Brands guy, which is a great project. There's a lot we can do. A lot.
Right, but we don't control it because we have Grandpa watching the story.
Grandpa bought a rubber. Oh, that's Steve Martin. Crime is crime and not fade away. I'm so thankful for Keith. I can't read that one out. I'm not going to. Rudy Myers says instead of using pictures of Gary Gensler, we could use not Mr. Smithers. Who's the guy from Release the Hounds? The guy that owns is it Smithers? No, Smithers is his assistant. Burns. We could have him there. Release the cat.
Listen, again, this is not easy to do every day. Sit here, besides worrying about your life, your families, your health, we have to sit here. And we don't have a badge and a gun. If I had a badge and a gun, give me a badge and a gun, and I'll show up with 10 people, and trust me, one by one, they'll disappear. All these people, that's it. Give me the badge and gun, we'll lock them up, and they'll be gone. They should go into their offices before they have a chance to launder and hide their money, catch them, and until they buy back their shares, they don't get to leave the office. Then they go to jail. We can't, the government's playing too nice with these people. They've stolen billions of dollars, destroyed everything. So this is not
I like Antonio's idea. I think it needs to be tightened up, but he says naked shorts equals counterfeit shares, helping fund terrorism since 19 what? Not a bad. It's not bad.
Those are the bullet points that the federal agencies will look at. We see the words counterfeit, terrorism, fraud. Those are the things they need to see because they're going to be looking out their windows. They're going to watch the tape. People, the slide presentation will be recorded. by the cameras. William knows, he lives in DC. William, do all the buildings have cameras on them?
Yeah. Particularly the hot ones. Everyone's taking photographs. No, yes, they all do. It's a highly observed city.
So again, where are they going? Everyone's going to see the truck. Everyone's going to have a copy of it. Everyone's going to review it, because guess what they do? They go back into the building and say, who the fuck are these guys? What are they yelling about? And that's how it works.
I make money the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, like Jeff Easton, he makes money the old-fashioned way. He counterfeit shares to suckers. We put that up already.
That's not bad. Buddy writes, FBI, forget about investors. It's not bad. I like that. Just change criminal condo, then a picture of a cell, a jail cell.
The one thing people you have to understand is that the whole country's fucked up. So whatever we do, we have 8 hours to get our point across. Forget all the other crazy shit that's going on. You know, these political people down in DC are running from one hearing to the next. Go do this. We got to worry about
not legal advice.
That.
I interrupted you. Sorry, Alan. I'll let Ham finish his thought.
No, I'm just saying that the crime, there's so much shit going on. We have to stand out and make it short, sweet, and hit the point real quick. And that's what we're trying to do here. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm not looking for jokes. We have, each slide's going to have 20, 25 seconds, 20 seconds. You get a chance to read it before it goes to the next one. We're going to have 10 to 12 slides. We're going to break it up so that at the Secret Service, they'll have 3 slides that will address it, the counterfeiting, because they are specialists in counterfeiting. The criminal stuff with the DOJ and the FBI and the SEC will have a different slides that they will address to them.
Right. Not Legal Advice points out that GTII had no choice but to change accounting firms based on the fact that their accounting firm was shut down. I guess they used that same one, I guess.
They did. I discussed with Richard the other day. They had used that firm, yes. Along with 500 other people.
I know. Not legal advice. If you're breathing, they are stealing. They are ripping you off. I've heard of her.
We got to say things like investors have had enough of the counterfeiting of the U.S. equity markets. Things like that. Counterfeiting equity markets. Follow the money. These are terrorists. Things like that. Get that going through your head. Those are the things they see when you put a sign up and it says terrorists outside the FBI or Secret Service. They're going to look down and say, what the hell are these guys talking about?
They got that guy, George, whatever his name is, for a $20 bill. And then he died. I forget, Foster or something. World's largest counterfeiting operation, Benji says.
That's a good one. The U.S. equity market is the world's largest counterfeiting
That's
operation.
what Benji Berg put up. World's largest counterfeiting operation, U.S. stock market.
All right. I would put the sign outside the New York Stock Exchange, but they block it off like it's the U.S. Treasury or something. It's an empty building.
You could do settle the trades, create 1099s, collect the taxes. I don't know. That's too complicated.
Too complicated. Half these guys don't understand what a naked short is. You're going to want them to figure out 1099s.
Settle the trades, make them pay taxes. I don't know. Can't get it.
How do you let, to address it to all the agencies, how do you let offshore terrorists sell counterfeit shares to U.S. investors? We want answers, something like that. That sends a message.
Tom, I'll give you my Thomas, I'll give you my answer. Ham can answer. I think NWBO will not squeeze until there's a buyout offer on the table. And if you get two companies coming to buy them out, you're going to get a high price. That's how I view it. If you own NWBO, Northwest Bio, you buy it, you're waiting for a big company to come in with a takeover offer. That's my view on it. But yeah.
I agree with that. It's going to be bang, bang.
Yeah, might have a different view. There is a large short interest, but they have billions of shares out. But then they also have approval, big deal. It could just be taken over. Why won't U.S. stop securities counterfeiting? That's from Kryptonian. Yeah, that's a good one. Gets to the point. Fatal One tells you that lab-grown diamonds are worthless, but they're pricey to buy.
They're pricey to buy and they're worthless?
Well, compared to being worthless,
the big question, will she know it's fake? That's the question.
she will know. They have ways of figuring this out.
I'll give it to her in a dark restaurant. Not that the ring she lost is very valuable. That's, 30 years old, that ring. So
Why couldn't it just show up? It's just hard to find. That's too bad.
if I knew what the old ring looked like and memorized it, I could just go get a fake diamond and stick it in the same type of ring. But I can't remember what it looked like.
Today is the 10th. March, isn't it? May 10th?
Yeah, what does that got to do with anything?
Well, May 10th. David just posted, Finger just posted on Twitter, China's celebrating 30 years of internet experience, and Finger is proud to be a part of it. Finger is being more vocal on Twitter. This will be huge. Well, that could be, David, what I was talking about. I heard that May 10th they were going to say something, and maybe that's it. So, which is good. I didn't expect it to be earth-shattering. Anything's
Well,
better.
the earth-shattering news is what the guy sent to me last night. Someone read a story on charging stations in China. A whole city is eliminating gas stations, and there's nothing but charging stations. So if you're using the app, every time you use the app to charge your phone, Finger Motion gets paid. I'll take that business any day.
I wonder if we could put on the truck something like, hey, SEC, should we be asking you? Should we be asking you or the IRS? Again, it's too complicated. Should we be in front of you or the IRS?
Maybe the truck is, where is the IRS building?
It's the DOJ. It's down by Trump Hotel. It's down by, well, there's more than one, obviously, but the one that is headquarters is down. It's on the way to the White House. It's not far.
Because maybe we put the truck outside the IRS and drag them into it.
I think we should, because that's a big, Biden has hired a bunch of people to go for taxes.
Wall Street counterfeiters pay no taxes.
Just like 20 million immigrants. No. Don't want to bring that up. Don't want to bring that up.
What are you turning into? The political show? Come on. Go take that fight somewhere else. I don't give a
Skinny
I'm
whale.
voting for the fucking monkeys. I don't give a shit. If whoever settles the trade first got my vote.
Skinny whale has an idea. Hey, America, secure your retirement. Call Congress to eliminate counterfeit shares.
So just think about what you're saying, which I got it. You're going to be walking past that truck and someone's got to read this thing as they're walking saying, what the fuck are these people saying? Who am I calling? What am I doing? It's not, the truck goes there, but people walk and look as they're reading it. We got to get that message out there. That's the key.
John Croissant, I made that French. It's probably not French. John Croissant says to you, lab created diamonds are real, but you can buy a 2-carat diamond for very low price, but the resale value sucks.
I'm not worried about the resale price. Let's not say that. That's off the table. I don't even care about that. I just didn't know anything about them.
Just buy a handful, so when she loses it, there's a replacement. With yesterday's actions, are the Kramers going to jail? Yes or no? I think it depends on whether the SEC gets them to sign another worthless piece of paper, or they see the trial through to jury. If I had to pick it, I'd say they're going to jail. I think Kurt Kramer's going to jail. That's my opinion. I think he pressed his luck
I was told by a prosecutor that this is going to be a criminal offense.
When I read that, I spent, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours reading it out loud on video the other night. I believe that the way it's written, they're serious this time. Dead serious. And I think they're pissed off too. He's a recidivist. You don't want to be a recidivist. It's worse than being a hypocrite, being a recidivist.
Well, William, I don't know how we went from having such nice days to such a miserable cold day today.
What's cheaper, a diamond ring or a divorce? I don't know.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, the sun is releasing this big burst of whatever it's called, magma, this weekend that could short out our communications. So I think it's good to have cloud cover this weekend. Make the market great again.
That's a good slogan. There you go. That's a good one. I like that.
That's Joe S.
I'm just looking at the stock. When stocks that are not going down, that means they're going to go up. Like, even though GameStop, they've attacked it, it's still $17.90, down 11 cents. Just remember, people, just think like a short seller. Everyone came in trying to short GameStop, hoping it dropped 3 points, 4 points after the rally. And you know what? you short 10,000, whether you short 1,000. You're going to sit there and say, screw this, let me get out. It's the weekend. I don't want to be here. Let me cover. And I see that in DJT. I see that in GameStop. And no one wants to be short when they announce the CAD system is in place. No one wants to be short when the Senate or a congressman announce a hearing on naked short selling. No one wants to be part of that. Or when the AG in Florida steps in, or the new AG, which I'm not allowed to tell you who it is, steps in.
Do you think if you buy lab-grown diamonds, you're shorting diamonds? Counterfeiting diamonds? No. That Michelle tells you to take your wife to Costco and let her pick out her ring.
Listen, I'll take a ring from Kramer's wife, even with a finger still attached to it, if anyone chops it off. Or that other woman from fucking John Hurry's wife walking around with those diamonds. She has diamonds the size of fucking golf balls on her, that one.
She's got a rear end the size of a
I don't give a fuck about
medicine ball.
They stole so much money, those people. It's remarkable. And they still have the balls to still want to participate. That's the crazy thing.
They feel like they're working hard. They've discovered something. I don't know.
I still don't think they know the symbol for IBM. I mean, that's how stupid I think they all are.
I'm just being quiet because is it I? Just kidding you. Just kidding you. Well,
keep going. I got shit to do. I have nothing to do today.
No.
Miserable out. I'm not going out. I played ball this morning inside, so I'm good.
I'm thrilled. Daddy O says data doesn't lie. SEC does. No.
Data, it's always the same thing. Data doesn't lie, people do.
Give us the data. Data doesn't lie. Framers do.
The SEC, give us the data. Well, we always say, prove us wrong. We can say whatever the fuck they want because they're never going to tell us what we want to ask, right?
Ellie
you
says,
can say anything you like. Yeah.
Ellie said, stop the corruption on Wall Street. Start a fair stock market. Oh, God. Squire's saying, play ice cream truck music on a 15-second loop. I think I'll go insane. Alex asked me not to interrupt you. Okay, Alex, sorry about that.
Listen, we're just having a conversation. I'm sorry if we overlap. I don't know when he's stopping or when I'm starting. So we got it. We're trying our best to to get this all out and so you guys can hear it. It's not easy. I'm going to put up a new sign that I've been designing. Let's see what you think of this one, people. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me get it. Give me a second. Hold on, William. Give me a break, William. Everyone doesn't understand. William is so goddamn pushy. How about this one? Everyone, go to your Twitter. Let's write it to the Secret Service because that's who this is for.
Oh.
The hell was that?
Ah.
Is that you, Moni?
That's me. Mute just won a point off of Djokovic.
Yeah.
Whoever Mute is. The Joker, he ran him all over the court because he's an old man.
I mean, this is a little jab at them about the for Secret Service. We have this to check for counterfeits. You know, the little marker when you give a bill at the supermarket, and the equity market has nothing. I mean, they're basically, you know, we're trying to slap them in the face and say, hey, come on, give it a break. No one's checking anything here. Now, we can fine tune this, which I will, but that's the type of stuff we want to do.
Yeah.
We want it to be short, sweet, you know, and even the dumb and dumbest stars can figure this out, that we're insulting them. Enough of the crime.
You could put a picture of Dumb and Dumberer and saying SEC. So you're saying we have a chance? So you're saying you might look into it?
You know, we could change it up a little bit.
Djokovic wins the set. He's through to round of 32.
How old is that guy? He's like 65 years
His
old.
birthday's in a week or two, in 2 weeks, and he's 36. He'll be 37 in 2 weeks. And he's just won the first set match in the Rome Open. And the crowd goes wild.
That's fantastic.
And he's challenging
Anyway.
you to pickleball.
Listen, if I was 20 years younger, I'd be out there. I'm, you know, as one regret that I didn't know about this game till a year ago. I've only been playing it a year. I'm trying to learn it as fast as possible. So what I do is I play, and late at night I go inside and I practice at a club inside at night by myself, and I hit 500 balls a night, and then I come home. Because otherwise I'd be sitting here looking at this stupid computer thinking about these idiots all day. So I'm trying to get that off my back, but that's what I do. I love to practice. I love to go out there and give it the college try. And playing with young guys, you know, my time is passing fast, so I have to move quicker. So that's what I'm trying to do. Like all of us in life, time is moving by fast. I'm trying to end the naked short selling as quick as I can. I'm trying to get very good at pickleball as fast as I can. And I need a goddamn diamond ring as fast as I can. I'm losing my marbles.
We'll raise it on Twitter, on GoFundMe.
No. I want nothing from anyone. Thank you very much. I just want your support, your ideas. Let's end this fight together and let's go enjoy our lives. And we can learn. Wouldn't it be great to have a conference call with 1,000 people and you handling it? And we have idea. Stevie Cohen and all the big players used to have a thing called the idea dinner. They pick a fancy restaurant. I forget the name of the firm. My friend worked there. What street were they on? They were by Doc Seafood.
Power Up Lending?
I'll stop with those stupid names. A brokerage firm, a boutique brokerage firm, used to have an event once a month. It's called an idea dinner. All the big players would sit around like the Lords and the Game of Thrones, and they would give out their best ideas. William would stand up and tell them, hey, I like Reebok, or I like this, or I like that. And everyone would hear the best 20 ideas. There'd be 20 big players there. These big multi-billion-dollar funds would tell their best ideas backed by their analyst reports. And they have dinner, drinks, and the next day, those stocks with the best ones would just take off like crazy. The SEC viewed that as some sort of form of manipulation, and I think it was stopped. It was shut down. But imagine, William, you get up here and you say, okay, you know what? You know, this company's doing this is that, and we can all discuss it, and everybody can make their own decisions at the same time. You can figure it out, hear the ideas, and we can move along from that point. Unfortunately, our ideas all stem from companies being ripped off, which gives you the imbalance to the upside, because once they do fold, you're going to get such a huge return from the naked short positions that will be, have to be forced to cover. And that's what we're trying to do here. These
Okay.
opportunities don't happen all the time, William.
No. They changed my life.
It's changed a lot of people's lives, including my own, but payback's a bitch. We're not going away. You know what? We've been waiting a long time. Obviously, someone's listening. The Kramers just got caught. Now it goes up to the next level. I don't want to stand here for 100 years worrying about if they're going to jail or not. They have legal woes. Truly, they have serious legal issues. All right? We forget all the crazy things that have happened around them, including the broker out in San Diego that we know. And they were Orthodox Jewish, the Orthodox Jewish broker. All right? Someone we know knows the father. He told him the whole story about what happened with that kid, how he got the short order and he got stuck. All right? So there's a lot of things that happened that, including the man from Long Island who went to see the FBI, who told him that the Kramers, looking through the real estate brokers, whatever, they knew that the Kramers had put the house into the dad's name to hide their assets out in Long Island. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's been given to the FBI already. I don't control it, but that's, there's a lot of stuff here.
Was the firm Mones, Crespi, Hart and
Yes,
Co?
that's it. Yeah, that was it. Who told you that?
I Googled it.
Yeah, that's what it was. The idea dinner, right? That was it. That was a powerhouse firm. Powerhouse. I mean, those guys were so powerful. I think one of the stories I remember, they wanted to, they held an event up in Boston, and they rented out, or they paid, I forget how much money they paid for people to play basketball on the in the Boston Garden with the Celtics before the games or something like that, on a warm-up. Something like that, some major thing with Fidelity or something like that, I remember.
But David points out that there was a letter sent to the Florida Attorney General that Citadel has been named in a complaint along with other two firms. Why isn't this major news? I don't know.
Because the people that cover the major news, I'm trying to get, and my friend is listening to me, he's on this call, tell that fucking moron Devin Nunes, let's put our own financial news show up and we'll cover it. And they also had the best hookers, Monesh Crespi Hart. That's what someone just told me.
They had,
but we can put up our own financial news so sleepy Charlie fucking Payne can wake up. Or CNBC, we can kick them off the airways, the worthless piece of garbage. They should be out there saying, naked short sellers, if this does exist and it shows it exists, why would anyone protect the criminals versus investors? That's why we have no fucking more viewers on CNBC, because the investors are wiped out. No one wants to watch it. It's worthless. We could put our own financial. How many companies get covered by CNBC? Right?
Yeah.
No one covers them. The only time CNBC will even mention a small cap stock, if the stock jumps $5 on a short squeeze, maybe they say something. What's this company doing up? Instead of reporting what it really is, they have no idea. They don't know it. I worked with people that work for CNBC. All they do is read a teleprompter. They're like Dr. Joe. That's all they know. They don't know anything about the markets. I told you before, it's impossible as a host of a financial news show to know everything about the equity markets unless you're a $1 billion money manager that covers everything, and they don't even understand it all. I told you before, I was working with the fastest guys in the world. GameStop was exploding. I didn't even know about AMC because you can't cover everything. I found AMC and I found KOSS off of the short squeeze, and that led us to Bed Bath & Beyond. There's 10,000 stocks. You can't cover them all. CNBC covers the same stupid names every day. IBM, Microsoft, Google, Apple, blah, 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 blah. NVIDIA, that's all they talk about. Same garbage. And all the stuff that they're doing with the government, no one makes any money off that stuff. It doesn't affect, you can't do anything. We don't have enough money to get in those games. So it's a waste of time. The whole thing's a waste of time. Devin Nunes, you're doing a streaming. Let's start our own financial news show. We don't need CNBC to report on anything anymore. We do it. And for my friends listening, send that message back to him after he kills the shorts. Thanks, William, for rallying me up. Thanks.
For Alex, I don't want to interrupt you.
I turned around and then knocked finger motion. Now there's another few more pennies. If the company does any more business positive, the stock's going to be minus 2 cents.
That's the one barrier the shorts haven't cracked. How to get it below zero.
They are dead man standing in finger motion. I know it's drifting down. I can't stop fake trading, but all they're doing is fake trading. My friend bought 17,000 the other day. It took them 40 minutes to buy it. Every time they go put a bid in, they ran away, and then they just keep coming back. It's like a game. They're testing. They're trying to see how big your order is all the time. That's all it is. And after they fill your order, and listen, people, when you buy a stock, you buy it and then you go away. You don't watch it all day. When your order is done, you're done. When there's no bid, these guys make it themselves. If you were bidding 312 and they hit you and there's no one else has an order in, they just move it down. That's all they're doing. And they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it until they get busted. And then it goes the other way and they get roasted alive. Finger motion is being sold down. Give me 1 second. I can count the days. Well, I don't need that one. I can do it here. All right, well, give me a second. Only go so fast. All right, the stock hit a high of, what was it, 379, 380, 396 on April 29th. It's been going down since April 29th. It hit its high of 396. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row. Every day a little bit. And the volume was high going up, and now May 8th, 200,000. May 9th, 145,000. May 10th, 203,000. And out of those numbers I just read to you, probably 50% of it, or at least 45% of those numbers are all fake. Those are fake wash trades that didn't exist. So instead of being 221,000, the volume is probably 120,000. And then out of that, it's been 60 or 70% has been shorted off of that. So it's just nonsense. And I got it. It hurts and it looks awful. I got it. And that's why we're pressing the bet as fast as we can to turn it around and expose these guys. One federal authority knocks on their door. Lynn Partners and those other people in their office will be jumping out of the window, pointing at each other faster than you can shake a stick. They'll all be ratting each other out. Just like that guy in New Jersey, they picked the jurors for his trial, Christians, and putting it up. You know, when those guys are going to jail for life. They cost everyone billions and billions of dollars. And that was on the long side. Imagine when it's going to be on the short side where it's unlimited liability. The long side, they lost billions of dollars. The short side's 100 times worse. And that just shows you that the whole system is so crazy. They don't know what's going on. They give privileges. How did they let a guy buy all these stocks with no money? Who the hell allowed him to do that? The system is completely, no one's looking at anything. If you pay somebody to look the other way, they all do it. Prime brokers, can you put this order in? I don't have money in that account. Sure, no problem. Whatever you want, you're good for it. You're paying me a commission. The guy from Morgan Stanley tells you point blank, if you pay me a commission, I would have naked shorted for you every day. And he did. And that's what they do. It's impossible for a stock like GameStop to trade 30 million shares. You know, it's squeezing up. Where's all the selling come from? Everybody wants to sell it lower. I was taught you sell stocks when they're going up, not when they're going down. I'm a buyer when they're going down and a seller when they're going up. And I'm sure most people do the same thing. Oh, I just paid 17 for GameStop. It's 20 and a half. I watched it go to 20 and a half. Oh, let me sell it at 16 and a half. An hour later. That's not trading. No one does that. If you're doing that, you're out of the game in about 3 weeks. I'm sure most people who've traded know that game. When you lose 3 times in a row, you're going to say, wait a second, I don't think I could be doing this much longer. So anyway, what else we got, William?
Just want to make sure I'm not interrupting you. I don't know if Richard's asking for this to be on the truck or if it's a real question. Any truth to the rumor the SEC is investigating the shorts in Finger?
I don't have a report that I could tell you about. I could say I'm pretty 90% sure they are, but I can't prove that to you. That's my feeling. I think when we get the truck in front of them on Monday, 90% is going to go to 99%. I can guarantee you that.
Keep talking.
I believe when the truck is in front of that glass building, they're going to say, these guys are back here again. And one person's going to get up and say, hey, the last time they were here, we caught GTII. We caught the Kramers again. We caught that second time offender. He wants to go for, he's going for a triple here. He wants to be 3 for 3. It seems every time he keeps playing, they catch him, right? We're going to have to soon list him as a dumb bank robber. Keep going back. Well, listen, I don't want to keep everybody on the line all day. I've told you my feelings. I thank you for your input. I will try to do my best. I will post as many as I can. I'm going to keep 3 brutal ones destroying Jeff Easton. I have someone, I hope a friend of mine has the connection that someone that knows Jeff Easton, has done business with them, is going to give me some scoop, and I could throw it up on the, maybe something they all know about that he did at a firm. That's what we've been looking for. And we can let him know we're going to expose him as best we can. All right, William?
I think it's great. It's almost 3 o'clock.
Is it really?
Yeah, 2:52.
Go enjoy your tennis. Everyone enjoy your weekend. And I'll be looking for a fake diamond. So that's my new chore. And you sure these things, they look good, right? Everyone, I guess they look well. They look nice, I guess.
They're counterfeit.
Maybe
right up your alley.
I'll get one. Maybe I'll get a couple for my ear or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll do that. But again, anyone, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, do whatever you have to do. This is our opinion. Finger motion is definitely going to fuck these guys. I'm not going away. For the gentleman that put his money into this thing, I will do everything and I won't stop until I get them. Okay. Besides your money that's invested in, my family's invested in, my friends, my cousins, everyone's here. And I have some very, very big, powerful people here. My friends funded the company and paid as high as $10 for a company in this company, invested in at 10. But Lynn can't have it go up because they can't meet a margin call. So they keep trying to move it down. The only way, like William says, the downside in this stock is up. And let them keep playing the games. We're going to get them. We're going to keep pressing the bet. What we do on Monday, more is going to come behind it. We're working on other things besides the truck. So,
Okay, there's one more from Skinny Whale. Wall Street, where the markets are high, the ethics are low, and fraud is the only show.
I like it, but that would be great in a handout. But we have a slide presentation that's going through, like, for example, the word counterfeiting. The Secret Service understands the word counterfeiting. You know, you have to think like that, because these people, we're interrupting their days in their offices. That's what we're doing, and it has to hit them between the eyes. If we were handing out something, that's a perfect thing to hand out. You know, if we go back to the SEC enforcement conference, that would be something to hand out. That's the type of thing I think it is. Anyway, listen, everyone, have a great day. Sunday, I'll be putting up slides on Twitter as I make them. Thanks again for the input. Thanks again for the donations. And William, go enjoy your tennis and take a break. And stop addressing jerk-offs. They're here to break your hump. Don't even address it. I don't want to hear it anymore. I keep telling you that.
Right.
I've been doing this 24 years.
All right.
I've dealt with hundreds of jerk-offs. They're here to get your mind off of what you're doing. People like to hear you because guess what? You're a smart mother effer. You understand the game. You are a broker at a high level. The people you're talking to never even traded the market. They're handed a script and they're here to torture you. That's all they're about. Nothing else. So get it over, get out of your head. Don't think about it anymore. When they call me up, attack me. I just get lost. I have no interest in it. I invited them to come to the FBI, the Secret Service, everywhere. They never show up. Not one of them ever shows up because they know they're all wrong. And you should treat it that way also, and stop getting dragged into stupid fights. Go enjoy your day. Teaching people about what's going on that's what you were brought to this for a reason, because you are good at what you do. You're not crazy. You understand the crime. You understand it a lot better than we first started talking to each other. And you know what? Stay on the course. You're someone that people can understand and follow. Me, I'm like a Chinese fire drill. I'm all over the fucking place. And I don't really give a shit anymore. I could care less. So anyway, listen, everyone, have a great day. And we'll touch base on Sunday.
All right.
I'm going to try to bang out as many of these things tonight because it's very ugly here in New York. All right?
All right. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
All right.
You got it.
Bye. All right, let's just go through the prices, and then I think I might sign off because it's almost 3. That means we have been on for 3.5 hours, I think. Everything's red, so that's pretty easy. Every stock is down. We can leave it there. I don't know what else to point out to you. Yeah, I don't know what else. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to sign off because I'm a little bit tired. I think Big JR was on with Ace last night. Maybe that's worth going back and rewatching. Maybe I can reach out and have a live Saturday or Sunday night. I'll see about that. And maybe maybe I was thinking maybe get George Donahue on. I know that's shooting for the stars, but GME seems to be back in the action column. Maybe I can get him on here with me. That would be an honor. Let's see how DJT is doing as a trade. That might be an option trade for the end of the day. 258, and the other one might be GME. Anyway, all right. Well, let's see. That one, I don't have it here. Yeah. There's a comment from David. It's green, yeah. All right. Got 1 minute to sign off. So I'm going to wish everyone peace, love, and happiness, and maybe continue to say prayers for Jenny L, and maybe add some of the other members of this community in your prayers. Hopefully, maybe someone like Gary Gensler's heart can soften so that he can see that by neglecting enforcement of securities laws, it's hurting people, and that his own personal gains are not as important as enforcing the laws he has sworn to uphold. But let's leave it there. It's going to be a long weekend. The truck, I guess, is coming Monday. And I appreciate everybody putting up money. It's all going to transfer over to the gentleman bringing in the truck. And let's leave it there. See you on down the highway.